Looking to go out in the town in the city of Boston for an affordable price and grab some great food, drinks, and atmosphere in the Seaport District? Well, look no further than newcomer Seaport Social. Seaport Social is a premier and authentic social house that is poised to proudly serve the Boston area for many years to come. Their mission is to provide high-quality food and unique craft beer selection, along with a welcoming atmosphere for all those that wish to witness firsthand what the Boston social spirit is all about. From a top-notch bar, great group seating, to their premier menu including their massive loaded nachos, endless craft beers on tap, and an exquisite espresso martini option, look for manager Jimmy, who will satisfy your needs. A project that has been 4 years in the making is finally here, Seaport Social, which is located at 225 Northern Avenue in the Seaport District in Boston, will officially open its doors for their grand opening December 1st. Get there while you can and tell them Steele Nazz sent you. Eat, drink, social. That's what the Seaport Social does. Let it rip.
Welcome to Steele Nazz, episode 104 here. Special recurring guest, Bobby Lights Out Laing, 9-0 heavyweight champion of the world and Rough N Rowdy, joins the boys again. What'd you think of the interview, Magic?
Champ was in the building. Champ brought the heat as he always does.
He's an absolute legend. His vision, his manifestation.
I stand by it. He's the best interview we got.
I think he's going back to back.
I get excited when he after he fights and it's like, you coming on the pod, keeping it going? He's like, fuck yeah, when are we doing it?
We were all there last week witnessing him. He beat the bag out of Pacman Jones.
It was a beautiful thing.
It got so bad that Pacman Jones went on social media after, was blaming that Bobby was on steroids, and that just wasn't the furthest thing from
Erroneous on both accounts.
Afterwards, we got into a little. Antan and Steele were actually here for the back end as we talked about the Patriots win over the Cardinals. Can they make the playoffs? Big game against the Raiders in Vegas this weekend. Talked about, the Celtics and Bruins still at the top of their respective leagues with record-wise. Xander Bogaerts shipped out to San Diego, gone there.
I'm a fan of that.
Yankees looking good. Tampa, you weren't there, so we're not talking about it. I want to give a big shout-out to Slide Ice Fitness and Performance. Everything you do, 101 French Avenue in Braintree, Mass. Craig Kelly does a hell of a job. Law offices of Patrick J. Foley. Just get a new sign.
New building.
New
bigger office to supply the boys and the customers with every necessary needs they needed.
Let's go. Mountain Rail Showtime.
And Seaport Social, I heard the people are socializing there. I heard it's been busy.
They're eating, they're drinking,
I might go there tonight.
Good. You better. Call it a work.
After work, I'll go.
Okay, let's lead it now into our 8th interview in the last 3.5 years with the Rough N Rowdy heavyweight champion of the world, Bobby Lights Out Laing.
Let's go.
Champ's here.
We're now joined by Rough N Rowdy heavyweight champion. How many times is it now that you defended your belt? Too many times.
It's complicated.
Exactly. 9-0 though. 9-0 is the important number.
9-0, but it's been multiple different weight classes. I've been up and down different weight classes, so it's hard. It's complicated to answer that question.
Let's go. Bobby Lights Out Laing, a Braintree, Mass. Rough N Rowdy champion. He's here, back again. I want to say this is the 6th or 7th time since we've been doing this podcast. You come on, man.
9th time.
I think it's the 9th.
Yeah, it's his 9th time.
Yeah, it's his 9th.
The only time he hasn't come on is after his Kings of Combat win.
Did I come on for that?
No, somehow we missed you. I don't know how we. I don't know. But
right,
we can talk about that too today.
Nah, we don't got to talk about it.
No, we'll talk about it a little bit.
All right, fine.
So, you've had a couple of days to marinate the win last Friday. Just, how you feeling right now? And, obviously a great win. We were all there to see it. And just a great venue in general. Just a great night.
Yeah, I was sick. I'm glad the fight went good. Like, last time I fought Pacman, it was a lot closer. This time it wasn't very close, and that was my goal. You know what I mean? So I wanted to knock him out. So I'm mad I didn't knock him out. I feel like I should have, but the ref not to blame on the ref, but he was letting him stall on he was just laying there on the fucking ground for like 10 seconds. It's like, dude, like, you're the ref. It's your job to either say get up and fight or it's over. I'm either waving this off or you get up and fight. Like, you don't let him sit there for 10 seconds and fucking make up. Yeah, well, it wasn't even his breath. I almost knocked him out right before that. So he was clearly hurt and he was using the time to recover. And I was gonna go in for the kill. You know what I mean? Like, I know he's hurt. I'm like, this is not an opportunity. I'm gonna knock him out. And he's just laying there on the floor, fucking taking his sweet ass time. It wasn't like he was getting a count. Like, he was just because he slipped. It was a slip. So it wasn't a knock. It wasn't like he was it wasn't like a knockdown where he's going to 10 count.
He just legit used it as like a little 10-second breather.
Yes. He used a breather / like.
Were you yelling to get up?
I was just looking at the ref like, let's go, let's fucking like giving him like what is
refs
that?
the real deal in this?
Yeah,
shit?
they are. He took a point away from him, which I've never seen anyone in Rough N Rowdy do. He took a point away for stalling, but it's like, okay, sick dude. The point
that's
you took.
what that was when he turned him around. I
Yeah.
thought that was a
he
point
went
against you.
No.
And that's why I was like fucking pissed. I was like, oh shit.
No,
like, he
he-
definitely has to knock him
No,
out.
he was taking a point against him.
Oh, for
But
stalling. Oh, okay.
yeah, but the problem, it's like it was already the third round. I already destroyed him the first 2 rounds. Like I don't need this point. This point means nothing to me. You know what?
It's stopping me from getting my KO.
Yeah, you know what I
exactly.
need? I need him to have to fight me right now so I can knock him out.
The end
Like,
of the second round, that was fucking nuts.
Yeah,
when
that-
you had him up against the ropes.
yeah, this is right after that. This was like I almost knocked him out at the end of the second round. He
Yeah.
went back to the corner, so they get a minute in between. He was clearly still wobbly when he came out for the third round. So he just like tried to tie me up and he slipped. I just like threw him off me and he just like fell like a sack of bricks because he still hadn't recovered from.
Yeah.
So he just took his sweet ass. He literally sat there. Someone told me they counted. It was like 12 seconds that he was laying there, and like the refs like,
that's
what do you?
ridiculous in Rough N
Yeah,
Rowdy.
yeah, I
mean,
know.
that's a tenth of the fight.
I think they stopped the clock. So
Fair enough, but
but-
still, 12
No, but
seconds is a long time for a football player to get to sit. I mean, that's when he gets his breath.
I know it's fucking. So trust me, I was
Fuck
fucking.
that.
I was
I'll
pissed
use the
about that.
excuse too. I mean, those gloves are just huge. They're not made to
Yeah.
like knock someone out with. Despite how much you kind of put them to the ground, there were some good fights there.
It's possible
Yeah,
though.
you saw a couple.
Yeah, you
knockouts
definitely can.
throughout the night. Just going into the fight, I know you said last time you were on here after beating Pacman, just a fast and athlete. What was kind of your preparation going this time? I saw kind of on social media accounts that it seemed like you were a lot ready for success more than him. He was kind of promoting his weed shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not giving him any excuses for getting his ass kicked, but it seems like you were ready for this one.
Yeah. The first time I fought him, I didn't know what to expect. Other than the fact he's like going to be like wicked fast and athletic, which is exactly what he did. Is he he used his speed, athleticism to like keep me away and move around me in the you know what I mean? And I had a tough time like taking the fight to him because he was just quick on his feet to get away. You know what I mean? So I that was why I was much closer the first time around. This time I made it a point to not that I was like I'm not gonna let that happen. Like I have to approach him differently to trap him so he can't escape. Basically, it's walking someone down is what they call it, but that's like what I did. You know what I mean? The first time I just kind of bull rushed at him. This time I took my time and I walked him down. You know what I mean? And kept my hands up and got in close striking distance, and he didn't have an answer for it. Like last time it was because when someone's coming at you really really aggressively, it's easy to sidestep them and then move. You know what I mean? If you're quick and athletic, you can fucking move away. It's like a bull and a matador. That's what he kept saying last time. Like, you know what I mean? The bulls charge at you and you fucking just move the towel out of the way.
That's cool.
I didn't make that mistake this time. I walked at him a lot slower, a lot
Methodically.
Yes, exactly. So and then once I got into the striking range, I was just unloading on him, and then he tried to get away, and I would just keep the pressure on him.
He was definitely more gassed. I mean, because you were getting him with quality shots than last time.
Do you think
I'm
he was
guessing.
like more brawly this time or more boxing?
So that's the other thing. He tried to. So last time his strategy was what I just said. This time his strategy was to like try to meet me in the middle and like brawl me, which is what he said. He said it at the weigh-in. He was like, "I'm not fucking boxing.
This is a backyard brawl."
Yeah, he's like, "This isn't a boxing match. It's gonna be a fucking brawl." And in my head, I'm like, if he's serious right now, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Like, I'm like, that's my game. Like, this is what I do. Like, if you were smart, you would do exactly what you did last time. Because I had trouble with that. But he didn't. He came out and he tried to meet me in the middle and fucking fight me. And I'm like, all right, like, you want to do this? Say less.
And
like,
then
this
even still, when you're talking about like you're fighting, like what your game plan was, like I saw you like not like you weren't even like brawling. Like you literally like took your time. You were like pacing out your shots. You were getting he was getting absolutely rocked.
Yeah.
Like your accuracy was fucking insane. He was swinging. You were ducking. Fucking.
Well, that's what I
dodging.
was gonna say too. It just seems like at this point, 9 fights in, 10 including the Kings of Combat.
No, it's not. It's 8 Rough N Rowdy,
8
1
Rough N
Kings
Rowdy.
of Combat.
Okay, so
yeah.
9
They
overall.
count that to
Shout
my
out to
record.
Corbox
Yeah.
and
Kings of Combat.
Randolph.
They counted.
Yeah, they counted. Yeah.
Love that.
Shout out to Corbox and Randolph, but it seems like you're a lot more student of the game rather than like I'm just gonna go and fight. Maybe the first couple fights were like that, but it just seems like you had more of a game plan in there. And you said to his point, if he looks like he's trying to brawl, you're kind of playing chess while he's playing checkers.
Yeah, that's basically it. Because I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to adopt that strategy. Because that was the worst idea. Like his trainer should have been like, no, you're not doing that. Like I thought at first when he was saying it, he was just trying to like play mind games with me. You know what I mean? Make me think that, and then he's gonna run away and do the same shit as last time. But he really did come out and try to do it all 3 rounds. So he didn't change the strategy up. And like after the first round, his trainers were like, all right, fuck that. Like, don't do that this time. Like he didn't. He kept doing. He stayed with it.
Maybe he was getting pissed at himself too, because it was noticeable that this fight was like not going his way fast. So maybe he starts getting pissed at him. I don't know. I'd be aggravated if I was like, "Fuck, this kid's actually fucking me up bad this way."
The thing is, though, it's like
he was in trouble.
Would you rather be frustrated and lose, or would you rather?
True.
Yeah. Would you rather change? You know, it's like
change the game plan.
Bill Belichick comes out with a game plan too. If it's not working at halftime, he makes adjustments.
Good
so,
point.
You know what I mean?
Halftime adjustments are key.
So that's what you have to do. It's the same thing as football. Like if your plan's not working, you need to change up your game plan on the fly. Otherwise, you're gonna get destroyed. Like, you know what I mean? If you're losing fucking 24-0 at halftime, you don't just come out and keep doing the same thing. So that's what
talking about changing up the game plan. Instead of coming out it's Bobby, bitch. This kid walks out with the fucking army of stormtroopers as Darth Vader.
Didn't I tell you guys that those? I was like, I sent it Robbie's story. I was like, should we get stormtrooper fucking costumes? And everyone was like, that's a bad idea. But we should have. We would have been in your fucking army.
Yeah, you could have, because they I know they had those kids that were in the army. They weren't like my friends.
They were just randos.
No,
right?
they were all kids from Providence College. So I guess they must have put up like an ad or something for like looking for college kids to come do this. And
enough people probably don't have that costume lying around.
No,
local.
Boston definitely bought the costumes.
Yeah,
because it's actually funny because the only 2 people in it that were like actually my like boys was Brendan Kelly and Barry Cohen. Money Man, if you don't remember.
We know Scary.
Right, yeah, so
Scary late.
So what was I gonna say? Fucking the only 2 people that were so they were in it with me. They had 2. All right, so they had 2 because before I went out there, Devlin came back with like all the costumes and shit and was like he basically was like, we have like 10 fucking like not great quality ones, and then we have like 2 really good expensive
quality ones.
Yeah, the 2 movie so they were like, we want. So Brendan and Barry were gonna wear the movie quality ones, and all the Providence kids were gonna wear like the shitty ones. Yeah. And but Devin was like, whatever you do, don't break these, because we have to I think they had to return them or something. They were wicked expensive. And 1 second into trying to put them on, Barry fucking broke them.
I just think of the stepbrother thing. I'm like, oh, mine's not movie
quality. I know. I was thinking of the same thing. But yeah, so. They were like wicked complicated to put on. He was trying to put they were too small, so they were him and Brennan were trying to put them on, and the next thing you know, one of the things just like snapped, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Dude, Devin, the first thing he said was don't break these." I just fucking broke it, but whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I know, but so anyways, though, they fucked up that whole thing, which is funny because this was my idea to do this a while ago, Actually, after the last Rough N Rowdy, I was out drinking with all like the Barstool guys, and like Devlin included, and he's the one that like runs everything for Rough N Rowdy.
Yeah.
So we were just talking and I was like, you know what? I had this idea of me like coming out as Darth Vader with a bunch of stormtroopers to the Imperial March, which is the Darth Vader theme song, and he was like, dude, that's a sick idea. And I was like, for real? And he's like, yeah. Why have you never done it? And I was like, I don't know. It's always been floating around. I just never did it. And he's like, we're doing it next time. Keep in mind, this is months ago. Yeah. Forgot all about it. Then like a couple weeks before the fight, he messaged me on Instagram. He's like, yo, you still want to do the Darth Vader thing? And I was like, yeah, if we can put it together. And he's like, all right, I'll see what I can do. And then that's why they did all that shit to get it going. This is the funny thing. This is the most typical Barstool thing of all time. They do all the work to like make this happen. Get the people, the costumes, the music, like everything set up, and then they fumble the ball at the 1 yard line. Because if you noticed,
what did they do?
Well, you guys were there.
I definitely.
Okay,
yeah,
so you guys were there. If you were watching on the broadcast, they fucked up because they showed all the stormtroopers just standing around like idiots in the hallway because like Dave and Big Cat are like, where's Pacman? Like they're looking around. Remember that like Caleb's like, I don't know if you saw the broadcast, and they're like running around looking, and they like show all the stormtroopers prematurely, so they just ruined the surprise. Yep. Then when I came out, I had the helmet on the whole fucking time. The camera was supposed to follow me with the helmet on, and right when I got to like the entrance to the ring, I was gonna take it off, but the fucking camera didn't film me the whole walk for whatever reason. It didn't stop filming me till I got to the entrance, and then there was so much fucking smoke you couldn't even see. I didn't realize this at the time, but watching it after, you can't even see me in the Darth Vader helmet because the smoke's in the way. So I just take it off and I'm like, fuck this, and I walk through. Yeah. And I couldn't see shit. I almost tripped over like fucking 6 wires. But
so the production, maybe it's too much.
Well, they just fucked it up right at the goal line. But this is why, because Pacman didn't come out when he was supposed to, so they all started panicking. Like, oh shit, because I don't know if you remember, they were calling for Pacman and he wasn't coming.
Yeah.
So I think somebody ran down there and was like, just tell Bobby to go. because I was in my locker room. There, all the stormtroopers were outside. I was in there still like warming. Like I always hit the mitts like right before I go out there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's basically like I'm already like fighting, and then I got in there, so you're not like starting from scratch. So I'm in there like hitting the mitts and shit with my trainer, and I can hear them like someone in charge of like the behind the scenes shit trying to get me to come out first. And then my trainer like ran out there and was like, no. He's not fucking coming out first again. Like that's fucking bullshit. Like he's the fucking champ. Like because last time they made me come
Shout out Sean.
Yeah, I know.
Sean's always fighting for you.
He like flipped out at this guy because, but anyways, clearly communication was not great because someone else must have told the stormtroopers to just go. That's why they were all in this. That's why they were all like in the fucking
and
hallway.
that's something you can't fuck up. Like if you're gonna do that big of a thing, like it's got to be on point, or else it looks stupid.
But this is the best part. So of this whole fuck up is, so they're all waiting outside my door. Unbeknownst to me, someone must have told them just to go because they were like panicking because Pacman wasn't showing up and whatever. They're trying to get the thing going. So that's why they're all just standing around in the hallway. But that's like wicked far down from where my locker room was. So when it's finally time for me to go, they're like, all right, Bobby, they're ready for you. I open my door and walk out. They're gone. You know what I mean? Like I had an army of stormtroopers. They were just fucking gone. So I'm just like, all right, sick. So what's up? And I had my Darth Vader helmet on, and I'm just sitting there walking. I'm like, this is fucking stupid, dude. I just took it off and was like,
did it throw you off at all?
The Darth Vader helmet?
Just like having that like not go perfectly.
I was just like, no, because I didn't.
Probably just over. Maybe it made you more pissed.
In my head, I was just like, this is why I don't do stupid shit like this because this is how it, you know what I mean? And then I got up, so I took the thing off. I go, fuck this helmet. I was like, this is retarded. Like no one's. So I get up there though, and then they're all standing. They're all just standing around, and they're like, all right, everyone, line up here. And they start like trying to do it on the fly at the last second, and I'm like, we already fucked this whole thing up, but. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, give me the fucking helmet. And I put the helmet back on. And then I go stand there. I'm standing there in the fucking smoke. And I can't see shit. And I'm like, dude, all right, this is fucking stupid. And I just took it off. So
what a catastrophe.
The whole thing was botched.
It was still fucking cool, though. The Imperial March song fucks. It's a good walk-up song, regardless.
From seeing it from the stands, it seemed like none of that happened.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, wouldn't have known. How about preparation-wise going into it? Like, the Barstool, we don't need to talk about money publicly, but beforehand, what was your day leading up to the fight? Did you get down to Providence early, or you just waiting in the training room forever?
So I had to cut a shitload of weight this time. So the same weight as last time, 175. Last time I was like more naturally close to 175, so it wasn't that hard for me. This time I was like significantly bigger, so I had a longer distance to make. You know what I mean, to make the weight. Because I walked around like 185, 190 pounds. So like I had to lose like 15 pounds the week of to make weight. So I was probably like 188 pounds. So I had to lose like 13 pounds. And so I did like a water cut thing where you drink 2 gallons of water day 1, then you drink 1 gallon day 2, half a gallon day 3, and so on and so forth. And you like piss. Basically, it tricks your body into pissing out more than you're drinking. Oh. So it dehydrates you. So I got down to like almost 180. I was probably like 181 actually. Now I think about it. So the day of the weigh-in, I woke up, I was 181 pounds. So I still had 6 more pounds to go. So I had to go to a sauna and sit in the sauna for 4 fucking hours with a sweatsuit on, fucking
sweat out the last 6.
It's called sweet sweat. It's like this gel you put over your whole fucking body, makes you sweat like crazy. Put a trash bag on, all that shit. So that took me like 4 hours to lose the 6 pounds. Mm-hmm. So that was my whole day. The day of the weigh-in leading up, that was when I went to the Weymouth Club because they got a sauna.
Oh yeah, Weymouth.
And I was there for 4 fucking hours to like sweat out that 6 pounds.
And you're not eating or drinking anything.
No,
you're literally just spitting, right? If you can even spit.
You're supposed to. I didn't do that method, but people do that.
Do that sometimes when on weigh-in days.
Who would?
The ninja spits.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's always spitting.
So it goes up to like a pound just spitting.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking you can. But anyways, so I didn't have to.
That's the first time you've ever had to do this? That
the sauna
water method?
The sauna method. Right. I've done the water thing before.
But never like this hardcore, like last day of weigh-in losing that much weight.
I've never had like the day of, usually it's like a couple pounds. It's like nothing I can do.
6 is a lot in a day.
6, yeah. 6. I was like, when I woke up, I was like hoping I was like 178 that day, and I'd only have to lose like 3 pounds. And I stepped on the scale and it was 181, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, I gotta go. It was like 12 o'clock, and I was like, fuck, I'm running out of time. I better go get I don't know how this could take hours, and it did. It took 4 fucking hours.
What's the post weigh-in meal?
Yeah, what was the after party like? What do you do right away?
After the? Well,
oh no, we'll talk about the meal first,
we'll get there. But
first of all,
post weigh-in meal, like what you
before I even get
to
that,
I hope.
Yes, I do. But before I get to that, when you do this, it's like it weakens you like crazy because you're so dehydrated. Like the best way I can describe it is remember the cartoon movie Hercules, the Disney movie.
Yeah.
Remember the part
when he's in the soul sucking thing.
Not yet, not that part. Remember when he makes the deal with Hades that he's gonna give up his powers for 24 hours to save Meg, and they shake hands and all his powers is like instantly drained from him and he's like becomes like a little weakling. That's basically what I did to myself. Yeah. So that's how I was like up until you like regenerate with everything.
What a comparison.
Yeah.
It's accurate. It is accurate.
That's what I felt like.
The ninja at Kings of Combat. I mean, he looked like a prisoner.
It's
that day
horrible.
he just looked like hell.
Yeah,
I was like, this dude does not look like he can fight tomorrow.
But anyways, the reason I brought that up is because right when I get to the weigh-in, I get like bombarded. Like I don't get a chance to do I have like especially because it was in Providence, there's all these different media outlets there, like interviewing you and shit. So I get in and it's like, Bobby, come here, do an interview. I did like 6 fucking interviews before I could even get a drink, before I could even step on the scale. And I'm like, all right, I gotta fucking weigh in, like. And then there's a line of people, and I don't want to be a dickhead and cut them all, but it's like, buddy, I'm the champ, and I cut weight. Like, get the fuck out of the way.
My weigh-in actually
yourself.
matters.
Yeah.
So then
You're showing up to that on that scale with a thing of water in your fucking pants.
Exactly. So, and then the promoter, I'm like, can I get on the scale so I can? And then, but Pacman had to be there to see it, and Pacman was late, of course. And there was a big thing is he like you gotta wait for Pacman. I'm like, dude, I'm like deprived of nutrients right now. I'm gonna fucking pass out. Like, it's not my fault. He's late. Like, and he's there's all these officials here that can verify and make weight. Like, he doesn't need to see it, but he was like, no, I have to see, because he didn't trust that I would be like honest or whatever.
Yeah,
I
didn't want to taint your name, but he was saying like after the fight, Sour Grapes, that he was like, yeah, Bobby was on steroids.
Yeah, I know.
And shit. Like fucking yeah. If
he's just
anyone
being a
knows
sore
you,
loser.
Yeah, you literally you're the one person.
Is steroids not allowed in Rough N Rowdy? I don't know.
No, if you get drug tested, yeah, you
they
definitely
do. They do test.
Do you
they
get
only
tested?
they only randomly
they test.
Yes,
I
I've
didn't know
been
for
tested
steroids.
a couple times. It's only random, so like there's definitely people that do steroids and get away with it because they don't get tested. But if you're a main event fight, your chances of getting tested are like way higher than if you're just a regular dude fighting. They're not gonna test you. They don't even know what the fuck you are.
That is a typical Pacman fucking complaint.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
And that's what I mean. He's fucking jacked. If anyone was on steroids,
I know.
I guess it's fucking him.
I was thinking that when
he looked twice the size than he was last.
Yeah,
fight.
he was ripped. I was like, how? If anyone's on steroids, it's you. But
Literally.
whatever. But
That's what I mean. Who smelt it?
But anyways, once I finally got to step on the scale, first thing I do was you don't want to like shove everything in too quick because you can like fuck your body up that way. Like put in the shock, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I just know that's what
Makes
I've been told.
sense.
So
Fucking
I ate like I had like a water, obviously. That was the main thing because you're extremely thirsty. I had like a water, then I had a Powerade, and then I had like a banana and 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. And then it like holds me over for a little bit. Then I had to do all that super weigh in shit, like this face off, the interview, all that stuff. Then after that, during all this time, I drank like a shitload of water, like water, fucking Powerade, electrolytes, what the fuck's it called, Pedialyte. Then I got home and I fucking went out to dinner for real, and I got like a good meal.
Where's the spot?
I actually just picked up. I didn't go out actually. Normally I do. I picked up the Chateau on the way home.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
Italian cooking.
I like the chateau.
and I got a veal palm and pasta,
Palm.
and I think what else did I get from there? Fucking baked. No, it's toasted raviolis too.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. But yeah,
Then
the
you turn
veal
back
palm.
into Hercules.
Yeah, that was back to her. I was that night. I was 185 pounds again. I was back to
That's
Hercules.
insane.
Now, you
That
think
is
you think this win was like the coolest moment of your Rough and Rowdy, boxing career?
Good
Yeah,
question.
yeah, I think so probably because it was in Providence, which the first one was pretty cool just because my first one, and that was also in Providence.
Yeah.
But just because it was in like the biggest crowd I've probably ever fought in front of. I think there was 7,500 people there. It's a shitload.
Yeah.
This time around, I was more like more people know me, obviously. You know what I mean? Like more people are there to like see me fight. Whereas the first time it was kind of just like, oh, that's that kid from the video. Oh, he's pretty good.
It's the
Like,
South Shore tough. Guy.
yeah. Now it's
Now
like
it's like
Bobby Laing. I'm fucking here to watch him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this time was probably the coolest one. I'd
So
say.
we had a crew next to us that was rooting for Pacman Jones. And I think either my cousin or Antan was like, "Oh, we'll bet you like."
I made a bet. I
No,
won.
that was you.
I made 20
$20.
Did you?
I
'Cause
kept
he
it
thought-
light, but
he
yeah.
thought no question
like, no
Pacman was
chance.
gonna win after the first round. The kid just
He handed me the 20.
Did he really?
First round, it was
and-
great.
And then I was sitting front row, fucking in a Pac-Man section too, and everyone's like, "Let's go, Pac-Man!" I just stand up on my seat. I'm like, Fuck Pacman Jones.
And then what was the other thing? Antan had 2 beers in his hands, and when he has beers in his hands, they just go everywhere. Spilt it. The people behind us threatened to kill Antan, so we had to leave right after he
Really?
won. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit for that. I made a quick exit.
Yeah, there's always usually a few fights in the crowd at Rough N Rowdy.
We were trying to avoid that.
You could have
fights
been the
after
victim.
at the bars. I saw a fucking fight at every single bar I
true.
went
Really?
to. Yeah, people were all jazzed up.
Actually, now I think about it, I saw at least 2 fights at the bar I went to after too.
Where was your after party?
Coliseum.
yeah.
Heard of that place?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where Smidge works.
yeah. Smidge works
yeah,
there,
yeah.
so he got us in the VIP.
Smidge had a good fight.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone fought. I eat ass
What
looked
did-
good
did
coming
you-
back.
What was
Yeah,
one of
I
your
know.
favorite fights?
Did you get to see
I
everyone?
think I had a TV in my locker room.
Did you
so
see the
I-
first 2 fights? Because I missed those ones, and I guess they were.
They were
nasty.
actually sick.
I
Yeah,
heard
the
they were
first
sick.
the first 2 fights were actually sick. I was gonna say Vicky.
Vicky's great.
Dorico.
We were right behind her brother and sister and like family.
Yeah, her fight
she's
was
cool.
sick. Yeah.
she fought at ours too.
Yeah, yeah. She is. She's wicked cool. Yeah.
I know Vicky. I think she works at Granite Links too. So
Does she really?
she makes the troop all the way from fucking Providence.
I didn't
to
know that.
Granite Links, but yeah,
Oh, so that's the TMX boxing one, right?
that's
Yeah.
the girl. Yeah,
I was someone was telling me about her the other day.
we were literally sitting right behind her.
Does she work at
brother and
Granite Links or at Crossing Nines?
one or the other. But
It's
she
like
does
one
work.
on
She did. Yeah, they're one and the same kind of. She
Shout
is
out to
there though.
Vicky.
Yeah, I can
We'll have
see
to go
her.
visit
she
her.
Seems like she'd fit in more at the Crossing Nines
Fair.
section.
Yeah,
than-
she's a pretty girl. Pretty
Yeah.
girl for a fighter. Like,
Well, that's the thing. That's all the girls that work there are hot, and that's
Yep.
that's like the known thing. Because I'm friends with a couple girls that work there, and like they all get like fucking $1,000 a night in tips.
Mhm.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Now,
She made a little more than that. Rough and
Oh
Rowdy.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Yeah.
She'll be back.
now we didn't get to hear your post-fight interview because we were obviously there. What did you? What
Oh,
did
they
you
didn't play it
kinda
over the speaker.
I don't. Oh, we had to get
No,
right
yeah,
out of
you-
there too.
you
Antan
I,
almost killed
I
us.
was down there with him. We did hear it. I know we know the Diamond Hands kid's coming for you.
Yeah, he is.
He's got to earn it. Obviously, that's
Yeah,
what you told.
that's what I said,
I don't
yeah.
know who the
Yeah.
fuck he thinks he is, being like.
You're
I-
hungry for Frank Gore up there post fight.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight other people like that are
Let's
like
go.
famous with a big name that's gonna like boost my resume when I win. You know what I mean? Like
Agreed. Yeah.
I'm not really interested in fighting people that aren't on that level. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I
They
will.
can't make
Don't
that
get me
mis-
wrong. I will if they want me to and they can't get anyone else and they want to make it happen. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna fight whoever. But
Are they talking about the kid with the Danbury Thrashers
Yeah,
Yeah.
shirt? Okay.
He had the 10
So
second
they
knockout.
put him up
against
to it.
The Able kid who. What do you think of the Able brothers?
listen,
They are electric. They're accents
they're
are
funny.
sta-
They're funny kids, but they're horrible fighters.
I know. The
They're
fact that they got like big fights like that, I was like,
They got set up.
they really
They were-
did.
they
I
were-
hope they got paid well
they
for
were
like
set-
those fights.
They
I
was.
eat ass. I'm shocked didn't kill the other.
Oh
kid.
yeah, I know. I thought he was gonna knock him
That
out.
other kid did decent. I'll
He
give
held his
that
own.
He did. Yeah,
But
you're right.
they
That's
set
a
both
better
of
one.
those kids up to get destroyed.
Yeah.
And they were trying
And
to.
why? Do they have a beef against them?
Yes, they do.
Why? Because they keep asking
'Cause they
friends
keep-
for money.
They keep. It's not. I don't think it's Barstool that's a beef against him, but I think the new promoter, his name is Jerry. I think he has a beef with them because they've been bad mouthing. I mean, you know what? No, actually, not Jerry. Sorry, they like Jerry. They don't like. Yeah, you're right. They do have a beef with people at Barstool, but not like Dave and like the bigwigs. Like I'm pretty sure their beef is with like the mid level people that run Rough N
I
Rowdy.
got you.
So that's who it's with. It's not with Jerry, because they fight in Jerry's other thing called Tough Man. He owns that too.
Okay.
So they must be cool with Jerry. But I know that they've been bad mouthing Barstool and shit all over social media. Like they go on Facebook and they've been like talking shit about like behind the scenes stuff, like money and like shit that you're not supposed to like air out for the public.
Yeah.
And they've been like airing it out and then like bitching about not getting this, not getting that.
They're
like,
not good enough fighters.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they are funny. Don't I mean that fight that they fought each other was one of the funniest fights in history. But
But
they got set the fuck up on this.
yeah,
one,
so I
and
think
it showed.
what happened was I think they were bitching on social media so much, like talking bad about Barstool.
Yeah.
I think they were just probably like, "All right, these guys want to fight so bad. All right, we'll get them a couple fights." And they found two of the best guys they could that they knew they were gonna fucking kill them.
So is the Diamond Hands kid? Do you at least acknowledge his potential?
Yeah, I
Do you
definitely
think he's
for-
could be legit in this?
before
game?
he even fought. I don't consider him legit based off of his fight with the
Yeah.
Able kid. I thought he was legit already
Gotcha.
because I followed him on Instagram. I've watched a bunch of his hockey fights. He's clearly a wicked big tough dude. You know what I mean? He fights in that Ice Wars thing. So I already knew I'm like this kid's gonna come in and he's gonna be a fucking problem.
Mhm.
But
He's got to earn it.
I'm not saying because he beat the Abel kid. Like that knockout to the Abel kid doesn't prove anything.
Legit
No, that
means
fight was
like,
over in 2
You
seconds.
beat up a fucking human punching bag. You know what I mean? I'm more impressed by some of the hockey fights I've seen
yeah.
than I am.
I got to
about
watch some of those.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
The Abel kid is not like a notch
But
in the
yeah,
belt.
and that's what I said to him. I'm like, if you really wanted to fight me, like you want to get your fastest way to fight me, you should have told Barstool you want to fight like a legit opponent. Not,
Trapzilla or something.
yeah,
I
not
don't
some
know.
fucking absolute clown that can't fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause to me, that's like a fucking layup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't earn anything by beating up this tool. You know what I mean? Like, fight like a, someone who's proven themselves that's pretty good and beat them. And then it's like, all right, now he's in the same conversation as Laing. But
Agreed.
in my opinion, for
He's
them
not there.
for them to throw him up there and like try to insert himself into my post-fight interview was kind of bullshit. Because
More of the same shit they do.
They're just trying to pump this kid because I guess they're in business with him about so he owns that Ice Wars thing. Like that kid owns it. He fights in it, but he also I'm pretty sure he owns it. And I think Boston's in talks of buying it. That was the rumor, the word. That's what the word on the street was. And
you are the justice maker. You, this kid. I hope they give him to him next, so we can just fucking end his name. But honestly,
yeah, no, he's a good kid though.
He won't be next.
I shook his hand.
That.
Like I had no problem with him. Like he seemed like a good kid.
Yeah.
Like I talked to him here and there. He obviously won his fight, so good for him. But yeah, like I said, they're already in business with this kid, so they're trying to fast line him through it. And in my opinion, they didn't do it right because they had him fight a fucking weak opponent, and then they're gonna try and fast line him right to me, like get in the ring with me, like during my interview and try to like put me on the spot to agree to a fight. Like it's kind of a bullshit move. Like
Agreed.
That's why I thought I handled it pretty. People giving me a hard time on my answer, saying I should have just said yes, and I'm like, as a businessman, I feel like I couldn't have handled that answer any better. Because I didn't
said earn it, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's. And you
I said
shook his hand. And
I said I win a couple more fights first, and then talk to me.
that's a
pretty
fucking
reasonable.
fine answer.
I'm not gonna fucking agree to
You're
it on
out
the
here
spot.
you're out here making big money fighting big opponents.
Yeah.
Like
And
no
if they-
offense to Diamond Hands, he isn't Pacman or Frank Gore or any of these people. That
And
you
they-
might come in.
If they want to
contact
pay me the same amount of money that they'd pay me to fight all them,
then you would.
then
do it.
fine, I'll do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I'm not doing it. I'm not taking a fucking pay cut to fight him. So
Exactly.
that's what it really comes down to. That was a business decision by me to answer the question the way I did, and I'm gonna stand to that. If they don't, if they
We
want to make
stand
it
by
happen,
it,
they
champ.
can,
That's a good
they
answer.
can fucking pay me. And if they don't, then
Do you think
better
you
luck next year.
ended Pacman's boxing career? You think he'll ever be back?
He said he's fighting again in February. I think on a different promotion. So he has plans to keep boxing. I don't think he's be back at Rough N Rowdy.
No, he doesn't want that smoke.
But yeah, but I think he is planning on fighting still. So
Is the next one at the Super Bowl? I'm guessing.
I'll just sign up for whatever promotion he
Track him down. Is the next one going to be in the Super?
Yeah, they already said it.
Is it in Arizona? I was already looking up flight. No,
they probably it's in West Virginia.
Okay.
They'll probably do it the same weekend as I think. Like from what I was told, February 10th, which is the same weekend as the Super Bowl. So that's like what they do. That's like their
something to
thing.
consider, fellas.
So which
It's
is a
all
very
West
fast
Virginia.
turnaround.
They love West
It is
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Because
This
it's
next one's West Virginia.
The easiest sanctions and rules kind
Yeah.
of down there. More shit flies.
That and they have like things down there are settled between like Boston, Rough N Rowdy, and like the commission with like a wink and a handshake. Whereas other states they have to jump through a million hoops. They got to fill out applications. They got to fucking do this and down there it's just like pick up the phone and they're like, "Hey, fucking Paul, we're coming next month. You guys gonna oh yeah, good. You guys can do it here, no problem." Like because they've done it so many times.
Yeah.
There's no fucking like strings that need to be pulled. It's just kind of like they just
Can't
make a
say I blame him, but a nice big Super Bowl Rough and Rowdy.
That's what I
That
was
was the
gonna say
best
about,
one. The Miami one.
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
That was the shit.
about Boston happening. I just meant a lot of strings must be like having to be pulled if that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, like they're trying to get it done in Massachusetts, and I talked to a promoter about this, Jerry. He's like actively working on bringing it to Massachusetts, and this time they actually wanted to do it in Mass, but they couldn't, so that's why they settled for Rhode Island again because they're like, well, we already did it there, so once you've already done it somewhere, it's easy to do again because if it goes good, you just call up the people in charge, like the commission people, and it's like, hey. We want to do that same exact thing we already did again, and you know what I mean. And they're like, all right, well, we already
worked it once.
yeah,
so
like
it'll
we
work
already know
again.
how to do it because we already did it, so we can do it again. Doing it the first time somewhere is the hardest part, I think. So they're trying to bring it to Mass, but it's been like a fucking challenge.
Well, hopefully, Kings of Combat kind of.
that was
set
what I
some
wanted
sort
to
of
transition
waves.
on.
That
did.
helps.
We didn't have you
yeah.
on. You won that one. What was kind of the feel? It was in your hometown.
Yeah,
I'm sure a bunch of your friends came. What was like the difference between Rough and Rowdy and that? Just must have been pretty cool fighting in front of everyone you know.
Yeah, that was cool just because, it was in my hometown. It was like all Branch people there. My parents are actually there, which they never go to my fights live. They just watch it on TV. But so that was the first time they ever came live. It was cool, yeah, but it still wasn't the same as Rough and Rowdy. Like,
Did you watch these two fight?
I watched, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Carville's gave me the business.
Yeah, I watched. I saw.
I want that smoke again.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely do it again if it comes back. If they, if they get it up and running again, I'll fight in it again. But, it was cool fighting in my hometown, so I liked it. But
what's the name? What's the name of that?
Rowdy.
Oh, Darty Jim. Darty Jim was electric that day. I will say.
Was, yeah.
I heard it was hot as balls. I was at a wedding.
Oh, it was.
That day,
Was
it was hot.
I didn't
it was
really
hot.
notice. I don't remember it being that hot.
It might not have been. I don't want to
I
use
just remember the
excuses.
story of them. They had to buy a shitload of fans at Walmart, and then they did the thing they did with the Star Wars things. They had to return them the next day. So like, they returned them.
Justin bought all the fans and
Then
brought them right back.
Brought
I
'em right
guess.
back.
That's smart.
My last question here. I know we talked about Frank Gore. Who in your like not even just imagination, but in reality, who would you like to fight coming up? Whether it's the next fight or the fight after, if you were given like your choice.
Well, right now Frank Gore, because that's like the most that's actual attainable. Like
reality,
that conversation's happening. You know what I mean? Like that's an actual possibility. It's not just like fantasy.
He's a big man.
He is. I am fully aware that it's gonna be way harder fight than Pacman. Like this is a big step up in competition, in my opinion.
Because he's how much does he weigh?
Probably like 220.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. It'd be a.
So what are you gonna get to?
I only walk around at like 190, so like that's as heavy as I go. So
he's gonna come down to the champ. He's gonna.
Is he coming down at all?
We haven't even begun talking
man.
about that yet. So, but I'm not a bitch either. Like I'll agree to fight him if he's heavier than me. I'm not gonna.
You've done it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff's done it before.
Yeah.
Travis Turbin.
There's. I would just say, fuck it. You know what I mean? If they were like, this is as light as he can go. It's either this or nothing. I'd be like, then fuck it. Where do I sign? You know what I mean? So
is he like the only other one that's really like entertaining this idea of Rough and Rowdy type
early
shit?
on.
He's the only one I've talked.
Yeah.
There's actually been a couple of random NFL athletes that have messaged me, but like they weren't like big name guys. That I click on their page and they only have like 20,000 followers. Yeah, they probably played special teams, whatever. Like, cause I've had a couple message me saying they're like, I'd kick your ass. I played in the NFL. Well, and I'm just like, who are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, sorry.
I will say, Pacman's like he is a good draw. He's with his story and he's got the big following.
He didn't call a fair catch in 2007.
He's just a notorious type of dude. Yeah. So he was a good thing to happen to Rough and Rowdy. And
it brought not even just for me, like Rough and Rowdy as a whole, it brought so much attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it made, and that's the thing is, I want Rough and Rowdy as a whole. Obviously, I want what's best for me too, but at the same time, I want what's best for the brand. You know what I mean? Like the bigger Rough and Rowdy gets, the bigger I get, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
You keep taking down football players. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Well,
it already is.
Like all of the the I Am Athletes of the world, all those podcasts were previewing the fight because Pacman Jones was on it, and most of them picked you because of the last fight. It was just funny seeing. I'm trying to remember people individual, but one of them was like, Bobby, if he gets him early on, it's over. It was one of the UFC guys. He used to fight in UFC.
Oh, it's Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub. It was like a big deal.
That's a big name.
It's funny because so many people were like, dude, they're gonna be watching you fight, like Rampage Jackson, blah blah. Like, so I was like, yeah, that's kind of sick. So the next day I fucking go and watch it. And so they're drinking the whole fucking event. That event was like 3 hours long.
They were probably hammered
by the time I fought, dude. They're all shit faced. They don't even watch the fight. Like I'm on in the background, and they're just not even looking at the TV.
Yeah.
They're all this shit faced, like joking around, talking about nonsense. I'm like, they didn't even watch me. Like
that's annoying. That is annoying.
I know.
There were some big names in that room.
I know.
Like
yeah,
Adam 22, Rampage, fucking the Schwab dude, whoever the other two randos were.
I just thought it was funny because I'm like,
they probably gave the first fight like they were like, oh, this is the best fight.
Yeah, I'm sure throughout the night.
Prime time either. He was pretty quiet this fight where he was.
Was he even there?
No,
he wasn't there.
Last fight he was fucking back in Pacman bad, and when he lost, he was savage.
He was there, and was that West Virginia?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, seeing we talked about last time, but Deion Sanders just truly like rooting against you, and you just had to overcome.
Which is cool, but you didn't have that on your fucking things list of things happening in your life.
I know.
But the thing about Rough and Rowdy is some motherfucker might come out of the woodwork at any moment like a big name.
That's the thing. You
Like
never know.
Like Pacman did.
Yeah, I was out of
Anyone
left field.
can.
You know what I mean?
Like the thick neck, wide neck guy came at you one day.
I know.
I know you probably wouldn't entertain him, but
No, I wouldn't. He's a fucking.
I just think it's cool how you hold the leverage of like, all right, I'm not fighting anyone who's coming up in these ranks. I'm waiting for one of these, ex guy from a professional sport who's got a following to fight. Otherwise, I have no business fighting these guys who aren't going to make me money.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, if they want to pay me the same amount,
Exactly.
then I will. I don't care. But I'm not.
But to your point,
I'm not like taking a back step. You know what I mean? Like at this stage, you know what I mean?
Couldn't agree more.
Yesterday's price ain't tomorrow's price.
it's the core Rough and Rowdy crew now. Like you, Scary Barry, Ninja, and Shizat. Is that like? Are you guys like the?
Well,
The
yeah,
four-headed
we're all
dragon.
like friends now. You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
know.
Yeah,
I know you guys roll pretty tight together.
Yeah.
Like it's the way.
Those are all
We've
my
been
boys.
communicating with Scary Barry a bit now, and
We were partying with them too late night.
Shizat
Were you?
was out, out and about in the crowd. Shizat, we were with.
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I guess we just missed you in the hotel room.
Oh, really?
That's what they were saying, but
What time did you get there? Like late as fuck?
yeah, late.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went home.
What
at
did you? What did you do? Go
I
to
went
bed?
home. I went home at 3:30.
You went
Yeah,
home
alright,
like the
so-
Braintree?
No, I went to my
Oh,
hotel.
yeah.
I went back to my hotel room at 3:30.
Alright,
So
we
you
got
had to
back-
get there
we probably
after
got there
that.
at
Yeah,
4.
we didn't go to bed till 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
See,
a late night.
Good Rough and Rowdy.
Now, from
Yeah.
the first fight in Providence, fighting Mike, was it Mike live there?
Yeah.
Would you have ever imagined that, like, it's just, unraveled to this 9-0? You're fighting NFL guys. And,
It's funny because everyone always asks me that. Like, did you ever see it going to this? And like, it sounds like unbelievable, but I really did. Like,
Really?
like I like envisioned this all in my head when I first signed up for Rough and Rowdy. I was like, I'm gonna like fight in this thing, and I'm gonna like somehow I'm gonna like bring attention to it. I'm gonna get like famous people to fight. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like I like materialize it into real life. Like in my what's the fucking manifest?
Manifestation.
Yeah, I literally manifested it into real
Manifest
life. Like,
destiny.
yeah.
The Bobby Lang
That's
story.
unreal.
Because like, dude,
I was telling
wish-
people the
I-
first time I saw you at the first one, you were like all alone, and it was me and my brother. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're from Braintree too," and like you were legit alone though.
Yeah.
Like you weren't talking with anyone. No one cared to talk to you.
It's the Jedi
It was what it
way.
was. You were the big fight of the night, but no one knew who you were.
Yeah.
But we did, obviously, and we had heard stories.
Yeah.
We were like, keep an eye on this guy.
Bobby,
But
Well,
I-
even
now,
Bobby,
it's totally
Bobby,
different.
I thought you were a Jedi though. You coming out as Darth Vader kind of threw me off.
No, I would be a bad guy.
You'd be a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
He's a bad man. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
That's why those dreams are coming true. You've
That's
been
the thing,
tainted.
It's like I have a lot of good guy qualities, but I'd be like Anakin
Yeah,
when
you
he's
got
like
some Anakin.
I'd be like
in you, too.
Anakin when he's like teetering with the dark side. Like, you know what I mean?
It's the quickest way to the top.
Like it's not gonna take much for me to push me over that edge. You know
Where
what I
can I learn these powers? Not from a Jedi.
mean? Yeah, that's it. Say less.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
So as far as like Rough and Rowdy goes, next one's in February. We don't know an opponent or anything, but is Shizad not? Is he going to be allowed to fight again? Are the big boys coming back?
Shizat is allowed to fight. He got cleared.
Oh, he could.
Well, he already fought. He fought already
True.
since he got
That's
his
true.
suspension appealed or whatever. He like boycotted this one, I think,
I got you.
because I think they weren't paying him what he wanted, and he was just basically like, "All right, you guys are acting like I'm not as big of a draw," so he didn't fight. And there's been like thousands of comments on it on social media. People like,
Yeah, the people want.
yeah, everyone's
I
like,
mean,
"Where's Shizat?" Fucking-
It was cool seeing him in like the beer line. It was.
Yeah.
He's like literally a celebrity.
yeah,
But everyone's like, we want you to fight.
Well,
I mean,
during
he's
the-
the best. He's a great
during
fighter.
the weigh-ins, when he jumped in, it looked like Pacman wanted to kill him.
he did.
Yeah.
It's funny actually because they originally Shizat wasn't allowed. So when he first came to the venue, he came into the back room with like all the fighters, like in my locker room, and I didn't even know this because I was like busy doing shit. And security came and got him and told me I had to leave because he said they were like, he's not welcome back here. And he's like, everyone's like, what the fuck? This is Shizat Rizat. He's like one of the most famous Rough and Rowdy fighters. Like he's just not fighting tonight, but we all know him. And because of that Pacman thing, they're like, no, because of the Pacman shit yesterday at the weigh-in, he's not allowed backstage, and they kicked him out. But then someone made some phone calls, and next thing you know, he's back there. So I think Devlin probably got him back. He was probably like, listen, no, we're gonna let him in. But just don't get any fights. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing with him is I can see the looks on their faces, like whenever he's like doing shit like that, like all like the guys in charge. If you look at them, like the promoter, like
They're scared. They're
they're worried because they're like, what's he gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like
He's a
they're-
wild card.
Yeah, and they don't want him like because like they want to push it. They love all the like pushing and shoving and yelling and talking shit, but like that's the line. They want you to toe the line as far as you can without actually crossing it. Because if you throw punches, now they get in trouble.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like they can get fucking
shut down,
sued
probably.
and fucking they can get and the whole thing get canceled.
You
like
saw the big boys before they're in the fight,
Yeah.
they're pushing each other. They had to get the car.
Frank went down. Our guy Frank.
Yeah.
Frank. Yeah.
So, but that's why it's like they want him there to be a part, just to be part of the show, but they're worried because they're like, well, he 1 second away, he could just punch someone in the face.
Wild card, man.
And he's
You
always
think that the arrest probably got him that kind of reputation.
yeah, that too. And he's always drinking fucking whiskey.
That's
You can
that
see it.
doesn't
You can like see it. Like he drinks it straight. He's just sitting there drinking it. He's like, I'm from Tennessee. Fuck it. This is what we drink. And then, but then like 3 cups later, he's like, I'll fucking fight. And I'm like, all right, relax.
Keep
like,
an eye on
yeah.
it. Did
I
you
said it
mix
to him. I'm like, whatever you do, I'm like, just don't punch anyone. Like,
Any mixing it up with Prez or Big Cat or any of the bars? Like we went into Roan late night. We almost had him going to the strip club Desires, not to put him on blast, but that was a pretty sick moment for us, low level. But
oh yeah. No, I didn't really hang out with any of them this time. I saw Prez and Big Cat briefly after it was over. They both came up to me and dapped me up and were like, "That was the best fight you've ever had." So that was cool.
I would agree. I do agree with that.
Yeah,
as far as like fight looking, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I still think the tournament when that one was still the craziest to me, just because of who he was and
Yeah.
the size difference. But you absolutely demolished Pacman on this one.
Yeah.
He shouldn't come back.
And Ashley and Dave was like, yeah, like we tried talking to Franco a while ago. I don't know if we're gonna be able to like make that happen or not. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep pushing it until it happens. So you guys can keep trying or not. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And
They got to put in effort for the champ.
Yeah. So he was
When
like,
they
all
don't
right,
do
whatever.
that, it's the Rough and Rowdy suffers. Like Rough and Rowdy's that you're not fighting, and I definitely don't do as well. That's
Yeah.
gotta.
I don't know.
if you can do the
I gotta
numbers,
see the
but
numbers.
I bet they don't do as well.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see, but I don't know. I've sat a few out, so I don't know how they did. Actually, one of the ones that I sat out though, because like I said earlier, I want Rough and Rowdy to succeed with or without me, because the better it gets, the better it is for me. So like one of them that I sat out was like one of their best shows ever, and I had to admit it. You know what I mean?
What was it?
It's the one with the one with Alex Bennett fighting.
Oh, okay.
That one was a pretty
I
good.
was
The
thinking
whole
one
show was pretty good.
I was thinking the one with the Conseco, but were you on that?
No, I was on
Oh,
that.
you were on that, yeah.
Because I texted Devlin after and was like, I hate to admit it because I wasn't part of this one, but that was probably one of the best shows I've ever seen. Like
Maybe it's because you were watching it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That could be a factor too, because I think even Shizat.
No, but I watch every one of them.
Fair.
I always
true.
watch them the next. I watch them all the next day, so I have
take that back.
I have a pretty good opinion of like what's good and what's not. Like I've watched them the next day. I'm like, yeah, that one wasn't that good. And I watched that one.
The Alex Bennett one was the one with the Abel brothers. I think it was.
Yeah.
I I was like, I remember texting you. I was like, that Abel brothers fight was like that was.
Oh, when they went out of the ring like 3 times.
I was watching it with all my boys. We were like, this was a great night. And when you say that after Rough and Rowdy, it means it was a good show.
Yeah, no, it was. I legit. I remember sitting there in my house like watching it, like happy that it was good. But then I'm like, fuck. Now they don't like. This definitely doesn't help me. You know what I mean? Because now they can be like, oh, we can make money without. We don't need him fucking fighting. You know
They
what I mean?
do. They need the champ. If the champ's not in the building, it's not good.
And that was coming off my last fight. That wasn't good because the fucking kid kept tackling me the whole time. So I was like, fuck, like this is gonna hurt my stock. Between that
You
and
earned
then
it back.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Now.
So this one was
Back
like,
on top.
I need to make a statement this time. Like I was like, I need to remind them like I'm the guy. Like
I think you
yeah,
did
so.
for sure.
And the guy you are, people's champ.
My last question. In 2 weeks we have our 2022 Steele Nazz Awards, and you won the Fighter of the Year last year.
Yep.
You're going to defend another belt. Any thoughts about to our listeners on why you should be back-to-back Fighter of the Year, Steele Nazz?
I think just timing because I had the most fresh
Win.
big win that just happened like right now in December. So like it's gonna be the most fresh in your mind. But you know what I mean? I don't know what happened last January.
Who is he going up against? Like Rob Font?
Be like Tommy Pags,
yeah.
Rob Font.
You're going up
Gavin
against
Tatum.
UFC
No,
guys.
that's some big
but
names.
You guys.
No, Ralph Font was last year.
Okay, last year. Okay.
It's
They still got to earn their recognition.
How do you guys pick?
more.
Do you put up like a poll?
This is the guys fighting
Well,
category
we got a
guys
console.
we've had on.
We got a
We'll put up a
console.
poll. We'll put up like we each vote for the nominations and then we vote, but it's kind of like a consensus. Even if like someone has the most votes, it's like, did they really win though, or did like those people just like, just favor someone else? You know what I'm saying?
This kid runs a communist.
I'm just saying, like,
Hey, no, whatever happens, happens. Like, I respect the game. Like, if I win, I win. If not, oh well. Better luck next year.
You got to be the favorite. I don't know how anyone else.
I hope so.
How can you not?
I don't want to bring up any other names just to like make them feel worse or anything. But I'm not going to do it.
He's going to win Fighter of the Year. That's a stupid. We shouldn't even have the category. Just give him the trophy now.
This is kind of funny. Not funny, but so I was on TMZ yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's breaking news. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they haven't posted it yet.
That
but,
took me aback.
Honestly, it's funny, like, going from, like, how it started to where it is now, because we were talking about this earlier. I probably should have brought it up then. My timing's all off. But it's kind of crazy that I went from fucking, the first fight, which was, like, Mike Live, like, whatever. You asked earlier how did I even see it getting to this point. Yeah. I probably didn't ever envision me being on, doing TMZ interviews. But, yesterday I did a TMZ interview.
What was it for?
For Rough N Rowdy. I don't know.
Oh, they just hit you up?
Yeah.
Was it like Zoom?
Yeah, it was over Zoom. Yeah.
That's sick.
Oh, wow.
See,
yeah.
they
haven't posted it yet. So
keeps getting
yeah.
crazier and
So
crazier.
watch TMZ. To
Hell
see
yeah.
me on it. Yeah.
Hopefully Magic Mike doesn't get on TMZ for the wrong reasons.
You never know.
Let's not talk about that one.
I was just thinking, I know what a great fight would be? You versus Steve will do it.
Yeah, everyone always says that.
That would bring some viewership.
It would. I don't think he'd ever do it. Though.
I don't think so either. But he's fucking such.
He is crazy.
Old Steve will do it. Would have done it.
Yeah. Oh, like
New
when he
Steve
was
will do
first
it,
coming
maybe
up.
not.
When he was first coming up, and when he was just drink like till he threw up and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like if they were like, "Hey, get in the ring and fight this guy," like he probably would. But I don't know if he will now because now Nelk boys are so big. Like
Yeah, he's a multi.
That would be electric though. But also you'd probably that's a downgrade almost for you maybe. But minus the viewership wise.
Yeah, I would do it.
People will come out in droves to fucking watch him.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that one for like to like boost my like boxing resume. I would just do that to make money and get
money.
Yeah.
Money.
Is Jake Paul still on the menu? Is
yeah, eventually.
Is he like the top cheese
the
prize?
Top, yeah, he's number one. I'm coming for him.
We're getting him. I tell people every day, I'm like, he's going to fight Jake Paul one day, and he's gonna make a milli. And I'm manifesting that for you, my friend.
All right, I appreciate
Whether it's
it.
on what's his promotion, like Thriller or something.
Triller.
Triller.
I don't even know if he does that
Who
anymore.
knows?
I don't know either.
I hope he fights Andrew Tate though. I do think that would be pretty
That'd be
electric.
fun.
Yeah,
Just because they're like who they are, it would be electric.
it would be. I would
Hopefully
definitely watch that.
I think everyone would watch
yeah.
that.
There's a couple of them I've been like, I'm not doing this, but that one I would sign me up for watching that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Champs back in the building. Great to be at the fucking fight.
Yeah, that was a great time. Lived up to the expectation. Obviously, the night out after, it was like the same thing, but you fought in the last one.
Yeah, I
I
did kind of wish I fought, but I wasn't. Curvels knocked some sense to me. I'm not gonna lie. I saw him like last week before this, and I was like, he was like, "You're not gonna fight." I was like, I'm taking a breathe. He worked me.
Yeah,
It was embarrassing. But will I be done with Rough and Rowdy? I won't say that.
you never say never.
Anytime I'm there, I'm like, fuck, I want to be in this. But then you see some of
That's
the idiots get tossed around and fucked up, and you're like, maybe
I
not.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
that's the liquor talking. Yeah.
If I could fight my brother again, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
All right.
He would never. Bobby Lights Out Lagman, thanks for coming in once again. 9-0. So this is the 9th appearance.
Ninth appearance.
Eighth appearance.
Eighth
Eighth appearance because he
appearance.
did skip Kings of
We'll
Combat.
be looking forward to the 9th whenever that comes. Hopefully it's against Frank Gore or
Hell
someone
yeah.
of that magnitude. That'd be great.
It was sick.
Yeah, thanks again, Bobby.
All right, thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me,
champ.
as always.
The new year is almost here, and if you're looking to shed off some holiday pounds before beach season, well, look no further and head on down to Slight Edge Fitness Performance, located at 101 French Avenue in Braintree, Massachusetts. Owned and operated by our guy, Quincy legend, Craig Kelly. You will be assured that you are getting the best training around. They believe in only the highest standards of physical fitness training and have been leading the charge at their state-of-the-art fitness facility since 2020. Their staff is actively enriching the lives of members and creating a community of like-minded people who love being healthy and strong. They are helping you to get in shape and teaching you how to maintain your health and fitness. Group fitness classes as well as one-on-one personal training sessions are available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com and also follow them on Instagram at slightedgefitness and set up a consultation today. If you're looking to get back in shape or trying to get a slight edge on the competition, this gym is for you. Check out Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, located at 101 French Avenue in Braintree, Massachusetts, and tell them the boys from Steele Nazz sent you. And for the seventh time, I think, Bobby Lights Out Laing there, folks. 9-0, undefeated champ, took down Pacman Jones. Not convincingly would be an understatement.
Yeah.
Me and Antan were there last Friday. I couldn't be more proud of the kid if I tried. Antan almost got us killed.
Cheering for Lights Out. I think that's allowed.
Hey, gotta let it rip. Let it rip.
I mean,
what are you gonna do? Not root for him?
Pac-Man was literally saying Bobby's on steroids, and to beat someone so bad that they have to say you're on steroids. I mean, that's just like
He's a former NFL football player.
and not just an NFL football player, but like a pretty much like documented, like not the guy you would be like, oh, that guy took steroids, fucking like like he's not on the list of people I would be like would do that.
Mike Steele.
Choking.
Good.
I
will say on the fight itself, that was as great as not even that he just kicked his ass, but in terms of boxing technique, going from here to there, that was as good as you could get from Bobby Lights Out Laing in all of his Rough N Rowdy fights.
Definitely one of his most aggressive. Out of the bag, just
he
ready to go.
He was the first time they fought. I would say Pac-Man was a little faster, and Bobby was completely fucking ready, faster. I would have said before the fight. I don't know about Jake Paul. After this fight, yeah. I think
don't poke the bear.
And I'm sure we mentioned it too in the interview, but you could just tell from both sides how ready one person was and how not ready the other person was. Pacman Jones was really just trying to relate all to his athleticism, getting his brand out there. Well, Bobby Lights Out Laing was just all about business.
I don't even think that. I think Pac-Man was ready. I think Bobby was just that much better.
Yeah, I think it all came down to preparation, and Bobby Lights Out Laing blew him out of the water then, blew him out of the water the night of, and definitely blew him out of the water afterwards. I'm not sure what he did, but I'm sure Pac-Man was already halfway home to Miami, Cincinnati, wherever he was going.
Atlanta, I think he's from.
Whatever.
And a lot of his like post game, post fight though, like in the days after, Pac-Man some serious weed. Guys pushing the weed looks crazy.
Yeah. We tried to get him on the pod, and we'll see if it's more of a we'll see it out type of thing. But again, we don't allow losers on the pod. We
not
don't allow
boxing losers.
Yeah, should have called a free
still
fucking
undefeated?
fair catch.
We got to check the records.
Boxing, definitely.
Where's Frank the Tank been?
Frank the Tank won.
Winning.
Actually, Michael.
Yeah, I know, but
Michael Lang Jr., who's a great up and coming guy, he just lost over the weekend in a big bout.
But not after coming on us.
At MSG. Yeah, he did win his next fight. So you're right.
Should have came on here.
Yep.
His fault, not ours.
No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
No, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
We got to get Frank back on. We got to be like 20-0.
It's close.
Boxers.
Speaking of great guys, Bill Belichick gets a W here on the road in Arizona, Monday Night Football.
Can I? Speaking of great guys, you chose Bill Belichick of every Patriot you could have named.
Bill Belichick's my guy.
Just like great people. I don't know.
He's a great
guy.
He's a great guy.
Right.
Great guy.
He's a great guy.
What are you, a Don Shula apologist over there?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, 15-0, Miami Dolphins. Yeah, fuck yourself. But on a serious note in this game, let's just be honest here in the forefront here. This game was handed to the New England Patriots, and they didn't take it for a little bit. Kyler Murray, their quarterback, better athletic quarterbacks in the league, hurt on the second play, ends up tearing his ACL. Colt McCoy comes in, and from there, the defense had to do something to win this game. We said it going into last week, and they did. I mean, the defensive touchdown, the interception there. Mac Jones definitely has been playing better week to week. But, when it comes to the offensive play calling, Matt Patricia, when it comes to this offensive line who's still struggling really badly.
Really badly.
Yeah, bottom line, they were handing this game. Arizona is a dumpster fire, and the Patriots have a tough road coming up.
Josh Uche, man. Good God.
He's had a good.
Just unstoppable. I mean, he's got 10 sacks in the last 6 weeks or something like that.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I mean, the Patriots, they are who we thought they were. It doesn't matter. You blame Patricia. Say McDaniel is still here. The biggest thing is, maybe they're a game or two better. Probably are. Most likely are. The biggest thing is, though, Mac Jones is probably not worse. Not worse off. There would have been no Bailey Zappi. there would have been no Bailey Zappi talk. None.
Which would have sucked.
No, I mean, I guess that's been the highlight of the.
Zappy,
you know
Zappy.
my opinions on Zappi, but Mac Jones has not taken that step forward, and he was never gonna. I think that's universally agreed upon. He would never have been, an elite quarterback. It doesn't need to be, no hot takes there.
I've been negative on this team the past couple of weeks, and obviously I'll still stand ground with a couple things, but I'm going to get a little positive here. Stevenson goes down early. Pierce Strong, Kevin Harris jumping right in. Strong seems like the more, all pun intended, stronger back there, but they got the job done.
Well, now Damian Harris and Stevenson are gone.
No,
The show goes on. The show goes on.
Stevenson might be the best back in the league.
He's a top 10 guy.
He was, now it's over. That's the Patriot way. And I ended last night. Last week.
You know who the best literally is incredibly impressive is Marcus Jones there.
Yeah,
he had a great game.
He had two. I mean, when he got that second turnover in the fourth quarter there, he picked up the fumble, I believe, and then Mac threw the ball to fucking Stonehands, and he
luckily got out of it.
The scoop and score. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, because I was actually listening on the radio, and I was like, they're gonna be calling for Zappi again, and it's like, can we this needs to be over with. Hopefully we can just trade Zappi for a third next year, draft a different fucking quarterback in the 7th round, and keep fucking going from 7th to the 3rd round.
I'm getting off the Zappi talk, but Stevenson probably been their best offensive player all year. Marcus Jones has come in, played tremendous on both sides of the ball. Talk about Troy Brown did it at the end of his career. He's playing
he's out there
offense, he's playing defense, he's playing special teams. I mean, since that punt return during the 100th episode party, he's really turned for the better. And I mean, he's been unbelievable for this team. Where would this team be without him right now, especially with, Jalen Mills didn't play last game. Is it Jack Jones got hurt last game? Who knows if he's going to play this week.
Too, though. Like, he's been getting exposed with his aggressiveness.
Yeah, he played well against Green Bay. Hasn't really seen too much since then.
Also, a resurgent Kendrick Bourne game.
And
he actually showed up. You know what I mean? They used him. Yeah.
You had to. Parker got knocked out the first play.
Yeah.
I think it's more to Mac Jones. And the receivers,
whatever it is, I'm just saying he got 5.
He got the
50.
opportunity. He could have just been poor me, whatever. But
it is kind of the scheme and things like the Cardinals are more of you don't want to pass too deep on them. Bogaerts is their captain of their defense there, so that the screenplay kind of works against this team this week going around. It's going to be the edges coming in, so you will have to get the ball out quick, whether that's downfield or across. I hate seeing this screen game. They had the most screens in NFL history last game.
12.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that again.
No, you never want to set that. Ever.
These DNs for the Bengals that's we play Saturday, right?
No, we play
Raiders.
the Raiders on Sunday.
Yeah, all right. Well, Max Crosby's. He's hurt, right?
Max Crosby's on one end and Chandler Jones is on the other end. They're both healthy.
And it's Josh McDaniels.
Darren Waller's back this week.
Who cares?
Kind of care.
I don't care that much. I don't really care what happens this Patriots season.
All right, cool. Well, since we're talking about it, why not just?
I'm just saying. I'm saying record-wise, win or lose, game by game. It should be. We should literally. This is the most annoying part of this Patriots season is we don't know any more about Mac Jones than we did last year,
and it just won't die.
And it's just so annoying though that
every time it could, they win.
He hasn't. They're not letting him. He can make all those throws. Fucking make him make all those throws. I get sometimes don't have a design screen. If you have to screen because there's pressure, fine. But don't fucking just tee up a bunch of screens.
Yeah, I'm not completely out on Mac, but he's definitely done nothing to
I'm not out on him.
What I want to see
to progress.
Is every time they've come back and won a game, it's been because of the defense. I want to see, if they go down a late fourth quarter drive where he wins them the game. I would love to see that. Could happen against the Raiders Sunday. They're getting a little healthy. They had a really tough loss against Baker Mayfield and the Rams last week, so they're going to be trying to avenge that.
The thing is, he's not put in the position like the Vikings game that those play calls to cut on that final drive for Mac.
That was easily his best game of the year.
But they didn't give him the opportunity to make that fucking drive.
Because in the Vikings game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that I don't blame Mac entirely.
No, Mac played his ass off that game.
But that final drive, it wasn't.
Now, what do you think about all this spiel last game about he said F you to Matt Patricia during it.
I heard-
Do you think it's immature, or you think like it's about time? Like I just think as a being a seeing that around. Even we've all played sports before, and as like a competitor, I think I think I'm pumped about that because
if you're 7-6 or whatever, and not fucking pissed at your coaches every once in a while, you're
yeah,
a loser.
Yeah,
I mean, you
Like,
never,
you should be
but
fucking
you don't show
pissed.
up your coaches.
You tell them that you scream, what the fuck are we doing though?
But there's a reason.
What the
he's
fuck are
still,
we doing?
No, but there's still. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a reason. There's nothing being done about it.
Yeah, like no, you don't like directly
Maybe
like
maybe Matt Patricia's fine with it.
I'm on
you
the
don't,
other
you
side.
don't change the play call or something. Like you don't directly disrespect them and like don't listen to them. But you walk up to the sideline like, what the fuck are we doing, dude?
No,
Like,
I'm
100%.
on the other side. Oh, the side of yours. I'm on the other side of what most people are thinking of, saying it's immaturity, things like that. I think enough is enough. And when he's the one getting blamed for it, and most of it, I know.
Yeah,
I know
no.
Patricia is getting a lot of it too. But it comes around. What are we doing here?
Yeah, you could
What are we
absolutely
doing?
say that. Like when you go
Yeah.
like when you look him in the eyes and he calls this play and you're like, no, then that's like, all right, dude, that's the coach. You gotta like you can't do that. That's being immature, being a loser. And then like I hope you throw a pick and you blow it. But like just being like, dude, we gotta change it. Like we haven't like I have 90 passing yards and all because of you.
I mean,
Like you know what I mean? Like it's like, dude, like call something that isn't a fucking screen pass.
you don't. I mean, he doesn't have the pedigree though to be fucking calling out these coaches. And if you do it, you can say it to
You have
Patricia,
the-
but you don't have the balls to go up to Belichick.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why would you
that-
not? Why would you not?
No, because you're a pussy.
That's like, dude, you like you
That-
don't.
if you're gonna
just-
say it to Patricia, say it to Belichick.
he has the pedigree to yell at Patricia. He doesn't have the pedigree to yell at
What?
Belichick.
Why?
Why doesn't-
He's
what
a
does
fucking
Patricia do?
quarterback. He's a-
Patricia's a rocket scientist that is a clipboard.
Who?
That's
fuck-
an
Like the fuck?
that's an unproven offensive play caller.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick is a first ballot best coach of all
Yeah,
time.
he has every right
Who
to be like,
picked
you
him?
suck it.
Who
fucking-
picked his plays?
Exactly.
Then
He's not
Belichick
going to
comes
get
over
blamed
and
for
sits
it.
down.
Patricia, at the end of the day, he's going to get blamed for himself.
Well, that's Belichick's fucking.
It's unfair.
I'm just
but
saying, the fact that you would say it right up to Patricia, but you wouldn't say it to Belichick, it's just you're wrong.
they don't have the
Fuck,
Forbes.
you guys are
He,
idiots.
Mac Jones doesn't have the Forbes blood in him. I'm sorry, man.
You'd be benched so fucking quick.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't yell at either of them. I
You'd be
just,
thrown in the char.
I'm just saying you can't just back one and not the other.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Fucking no.
Like you just like a.
Well,
Well,
there's no
the
reason-
fact that Kendrick Bourne wasn't cut and he's still playing after the comments he's made, Belichick's gone soft. Maybe I would say it to him. Fucking Jesus.
Game predictions now. The Patriots are at the Raiders on Sunday. Got flex into the 4:00 game. 4:05. Doesn't it feel like every 4:05 game is just always shit?
Oh, this Raiders
Yeah,
is
pretty
going to
much.
be an absolute fucking terrible fucking game.
So the Vegas is favored by 1.
Thank 'em.
Steele, what do you think?
I think 24-21 Pats.
Ooh.
I'm right near there.
I'll continue with what I said. I think the Kyler Murray thing, him going down last week, played a big part in them winning. I don't think the Patriots are going to win a game for the rest of the season.
I think like the reason I think the Pats is because if you were to just look at the numbers of the players and stuff, you would think the Raiders are competing for like a bye week. Like Devontae Adams have an unbelievable year. Josh Jacobs is like statistically
They have
the
so
best
much
running
talent.
back.
So much
They have
talent.
unbelievable talent,
We
but
do
I
too,
think
though.
McDaniels pukes on himself at the end, which is why they have that record, and that's why I think we win by 3.
Like Waller, and then you have on the defensive end. I just told you about Crosby. Jones.
Like a team that allows Baker Mayfield, who's been on the team for 2 days, to come back from 16
Yeah,
in the
that
fourth.
was nuts.
Hey, he
That's
was
a
slinging.
loser football
But
team.
he
That's
was
a loser
slinging.
football
This-
team.
Oh yeah.
I'm not taking away from Baker. I'm not saying that, but that team he's playing, that is a loser football team.
I just remember 2 years ago they played the Chargers. I think Sunday Night Football in LA, and then they played the Rams like the following Sunday after, and they got their asses kicked the next week. I just have the same like Juju vibes that like they're staying out there. They're just going from Arizona to Vegas. That's one. Another one. They're quick turnaround. 6 days in between games. Raiders have 13 or something days off. I just think the Raiders getting all their guys back. I'm going with the Raiders here. 27-17. Unfortunately, obviously Patriots fan, but I'm just telling you how I feel.
No, I see. I think Belichick will. I mean, it's Belichick versus McDaniels. That would. I guess maybe the one plus point we beat them at, if you really want to look down the board, maybe defensive line. No, I mean maybe the 1 point we probably beat them at. and that's the only one that matters. You know, McDaniel's got fucking 13 days racked in his brain of overthinking and whatnot, and Belichick's got 6 of fuck it, I don't care.
Oh, he gets the extra time off. Like how deep Belichick's in that dude's head must be crazy.
Insane.
With all that
insane.
time
and I think
off,
that
like-
matters. I think, and
They probably have a new playbook this week.
I
for
think
the
we win
entire
on a
year.
field goal. We win by 2, like 22-20, 19-17, something like that. I think that the offense has to just get to the field goal range, and Nick Folk kicks a 42-yarder to win it.
I'd say I think it ends with the Raiders having the shot to win it, and they don't.
No, I think
I think that's how it'll end.
All right, so we got 2 wins and a loss. On the
I haven't picked the Patriots to lose this year, by the way. So just a heads up.
Okay,
Respectful.
It's good to know. Locks of the week. I'm gonna lock mine in here with no hesitation. The hottest team and probably most exciting team you've seen in the last 3 to 4 weeks. The Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, outside of a Super Bowl win for the Rams, starting to think that trade's paying off. They're going into MetLife this week against the Jets. Mike White might not play. Could be Joe Flacco. Either way, the Jets are only favored by 1.5. I'm taking the Hot Lions to get to 7-7. I think this is a no doubter. I think this might be the lock of the year.
No,
Lock of the year, he says.
I'd like don't
Lock
even.
of the
I would
year.
take the Jets this week. So, I mean,
you got to pour a gallon of milk on your head. You still haven't. So
yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I'm giving
I'm
you
going.
a-
I'm going Vikings over the Colts. First game Saturday. Pretty sure it's 4. Think the Vikings come back. The Vikings, they're coming off. They're losing to the Lions, who fucking. I mean, Lions are red hot.
They're hot,
Can't
dude. They're hot.
slander anyone for losing to the Lions these days. I think the Colts are just in shambles. That their season's done. 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins on a Saturday. I think they light him up.
what's it? Justin Jefferson, 99 receptions, 1,500 yards, 4 games left. Can he do it? Can he do the 2,000?
Yeah, he can.
200 this week.
He can.
Get ready.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Dolphins are going to the Bills. This is going to be that game that, okay, Von Miller's out for the Bills, but the Tua's not. If Tua doesn't have Tyreek Hill and Waddle and he's not that good.
Can I give you a little tidbit on
Guess
that
what?
game?
Guess what? The
It's-
Dolphins are going to cover.
It's weather time up there, brother.
Yeah, it's going to be 10 inches of snow.
I don't care. The Dolphins are going to cover.
Like the
7.5
time we're playing
points.
at Buffalo,
The Dolphins are going to cover.
I agree. I think
And
they've. I
it's
think
gonna
they'll cover.
just it's gonna be one of those games like you're whatever, and then come playoff time, if they rematch, the Bills are just gonna say fuck it and it's over. Von Miller's a huge loss. Like that guy is an absolute
There's no replacing Von Miller.
no,
That's
but
huge.
they're still a good defense. Josh Allen is. I mean,
I think their defense pretty suspect.
it doesn't matter. Josh Allen's Josh Allen.
I know, I
mean,
agree. I agree. I agree
think
with
Josh
comment.
Allen's one of the best
I-
3rd and 5 quarterbacks I've ever
it's
seen in my
Mahomes
life.
and then Allen, and I don't know. I don't think anybody's close to 3rd. I don't.
Joe Burrow.
Over
No.
under on rush attempts for Josh Allen in a 9-inch snow game, 7.5.
Under.
Over. Brad Marchand just scored. Let's go.
I like that. That's a well.
Tidbit.
Oh wow, that's a great transition. We'll move on into we'll talk about Matt's here. We'll talk about the Celtics a little bit. That was football. Celtics still the best team in the Eastern Conference, maybe NBA.
They're not though.
Had a tough loss the other night against the Clippers
No, and the Warriors.
and the Warriors too.
They had a tough road stretch, sure.
They closed it out with the Lakers. They barely held on, but they got
Well,
it
they
done.
almost puked on themselves.
Well, okay.
They did. But
Yeah,
then they bounced
did.
back.
They did. They did. And the thing is, the one that stands out is the Warriors game. Tatum was shook. They turned it over. They did what they did in the finals. They were supposed to be better.
They got
than
his
this.
number. They do have his number.
We're missing again the Time Lord, and like I've said,
Time was come back Friday against the Magic.
fucking.
Breaking news.
I wish that wasn't true. Like
Yeah.
I wish he was
He's
out
like
until
Gronk.
10 games left
He's
in
like
the season.
Gronk. Yeah,
I want
yeah,
him
yeah.
10 games left in the season.
Yeah,
just to get his legs back under
Yeah,
him.
put him in
And then
bubble
play
wrap.
play- yeah.
Put him in bubble wrap. We'll see in the
Um,
playoffs for real.
But he is a game changer. Brogdon will be a big help. But Tatum shit himself again. They had a shitload of turnovers in that third quarter.
Abysmal.
I mean, Stephen
basketball
Curry's
that
hurt
day.
right now, and he had, I think, a pretty. He got, I think, a shoulder and
It's
like a knee.
weeks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
day to day. It's week to week.
And you
or
never
something
know,
like that.
which is good. Last year, the Celtics got lucky in the playoffs, and people don't forget that. Like, don't remember, like, realize is injury wise, every team got fucking smoked, and they did as well, but not like, to the extent like the Philly lost Embiid. I forget all the injuries.
The
but
Nets didn't lose shit. We just smoked them.
They didn't
I
have.
just want to
they
bring that
didn't-
up to the Nets.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
the
fine.
Nets.
I think again the Celtics are a much better team than last year. They have taken that step
Oh
forward.
yeah, absolutely.
Brogdon. We'll have Gallinari. We'll have
Brogdon's been unbelievable.
He's
He's
that's what
something
they
else.
needed.
I think it's really cool that they've been given. Obviously, he won't play. I don't think he'll play in the playoffs or anything. But giving Blake Griffin minutes just to
Yes, he
have
will.
him at camaraderie.
Blake Griffin's been great.
I think he's been great too, but I don't know if he'll play in the playoffs.
I think he will. 100%.
I love how when he dunks, the bench goes crazy. Like
So-
I love it.
So, like, and this is okay. Me being negative here is like
Adam Jones.
it's kind of They have the best record in basketball. Like it's hard to be angry, but them getting like Tatum like taking a big dump in his pants against the Warriors.
6 for 21, 18 points.
How many turnovers?
Too many. Not only 2.
Yeah, well, the whole team.
the course of 82 games, you
it
may
just-
have one
it-
bad one.
The thing is, but
This may
the
happen.
Warriors are in his head. The Warriors are in his
That's
head.
fine. We're not gonna have to worry
So
about
it's,
them. They're not made. They barely made
they,
the playoffs.
they made it to the
Fuck 'em.
finals last year.
They'll be back.
It's championship or bust, which sucks. Like that's
They're gonna get the
That's why we're
7-4
Now,
critiquing
French
now
guy.
Jason
Gonna be
Tatum's a
good.
lot of people like me. I know it's 28, 27 games in. A lot of people are picking Jason Tatum for early MVP.
yeah. How can he not right now? They have the best record in the league.
He's the best player on the best
yeah,
team. Yep.
Yeah. Will he win it? I'd probably not.
No.
No, that like best player of the best team. That's how you
Well,
win the first half.
I think the Warriors like proved it. Like, hey,
eventually,
hey, guess
something
what? We're
happens.
fucking around until we fucking feel like it because you know what? We're getting older. You know, fuck around and find out. And the Celtics just found out. It just basketball sucks like that. Like the NHL does it too, so I can't say that. But you know, a lot of they in November and December, they kind of just warm up a little bit. Like I think the Avalanche are doing it.
There's been a lot of talk too about teams offering stuff for Grant Williams because I don't think Grant Williams will be back
he's been
next
great though.
season. He has been great, but he's probably gonna get like $16 to $20 million. I don't think we're gonna pay
had
him.
this
Whatever
conversation the other
he's
day.
supposed to make, like I do not want the Celtics to pay it. Respectfully, and that's credit to him. Like he has been great for us, but like
I think you keep him. I think you
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no.
what he's
no,
what
you
we're gonna
keep
have
him.
to pay
You
him.
keep him this year.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
saying.
like
Yeah.
he's a
I mean,
great
it
player.
depends. Yeah, I don't think like moving him will make you worse. It will. I mean, yeah. You just kind of lose him. You suck it up and
There
you
you
lose him.
Yeah, I agree
Well-
with that because he's
You
gonna
suck it up
he's
and you
gonna
lose him.
make more money.
You replace him in free
he's
agency
worth,
with
yeah.
whatever. And I think they have just I think Brad's a great GM. I think the moves he's made, Griffin,
He's been great, man.
Brogdon, the trade at the deadline, even bringing back Horford, everything Brad's done has been actually pretty damn good.
I got one thing. Joe Mazzulla needs to fucking take it easy a little bit. When he gets on the mic, he just starts talking like Belichick. He's too serious, man. He's got to be a little bit more laid back. That's not what the NBA is all about, man. You gotta be yourself, yeah. But is that him? I don't know.
You're the youngest coach in the NBA,
whoa,
man.
yeah.
You gotta
Dude,
be. You can't just be like
You
dicking
didn't
around.
know your
Like,
head
dude,
coach was about to just
there's-
be
dude,
banging
there's,
fucking
like-
assistants and
There's like there are players where they're like Brady's older than the coach or whatever because Brady's like 45. There's like a large portion of the NBA that's older than Joe Mazzulla. Like not just like a couple of the
No.
veterans. Like there's like a good portion. Like
Yeah,
that dude's
Agreed.
34.
He
like,
also found
he
out like,
can't just be
2 weeks
joking
before the
around,
season
yeah.
that like
That
Udoka
he was
was
gonna be the
banging
coach.
like he needs to
executives,
like
whatever.
like in years to come, yeah, calm the fuck down, dude. But like right now, that guy should just be like, I'm actually the fucking coach of the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. So I guess you got to.
and we have the best record.
Yeah, like we have the best record. Get over it.
So let's see. Looking ahead here, they're coming back from their West road trip where they went 2-2.
A tough road trip. Look at the teams.
Orlando, they get Friday and Sunday, who have won 5 in a row, so don't sleep on
Man.
Orlando. Then you got Indiana and Minnesota next week. That seems like 4 winnable games, and then you got Milwaukee Sunday on national television.
I thought he'd be good, but good God, Banchero, the number 1 overall pick. What a monster!
He's been a beast. I've
That,
really
he's
That-
averaging like 20 and 10.
I
Like,
mean, they
he's
have
a fucking stud.
They have the Gonzaga kid that was their first round pick last year. They're a good team.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken that kid like if you paid me a $1 trillion.
Banchero at number 1. No,
No, Banchero would have taken the,
not number
Chet,
1, I wouldn't
the
have.
Gonzaga kid,
Suggs?
Chet Holmgren.
no. Suggs from 2 years ago.
Oh no, Suggs. Yeah. I'm talking about the tall, skinny,
Oh,
white,
the
goofy
7-footer,
kid
yeah,
who's
you never-
missing the year. I never.
A
would've taken
7-footer is
that kid.
invaluable. Like the Celtics just don't have one, and since Kendrick Perkins they haven't, and it drives me insane.
Well, I mean, Rob Williams, if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, and he can't.
Luke Cornett's pissed at you right now.
I fuck Luke Cornett. I think I could beat Luke Cornett up. I think I could beat him up.
I think you could definitely beat him up.
What?
I
He's
said
a 7-foot athlete. I
Call
could not
him in,
beat
have
up.
him pour milk all over Maddie's
I
head.
100% could not beat Luke Cornett up. I am an out of shape fucking loser.
Could you outrun him though? Could you outrun him?
I was just trying to give you some brownie
Maybe.
points, bro.
I don't know. A 40-yard dash, I think I might have Cornett.
Respectfully.
Speaking of outrunning, the best team in the NHL, the Boston Bruins, have been outrunning every team in the NHL since day one. Sitting at 23-4-1. Lost a tough game in regulation to Arizona Coyotes last week, who hold about 5,000 people in Arizona State University.
Quincy Youth Arena.
Quincy Youth Arena, basically. But
I think that's cool.
Then they bounced
yeah,
back.
they had
2
they
wins.
bounced back 2 wins, and they're up 2-0 on the Kings tonight. I mean, every time we talk about him, how did he just not say absolute wagon? I've never seen this in all my life of the Boston Bruins, even the year they won the Stanley Cup. The question is always, are they peaking too early? What is early? Are they ever going to stop? And I don't know.
No, dude. Like you could easily argue. Like
I think they are.
Norris Trophy for
Water
either
finds its
McAvoy or
level.
Lindholm, like whichever one you want.
They've been like we always emphasize, but Lindholm's been such a big pickup. As much as I want to shit on Sweeney and Neely, that was a huge.
Like
pickup
there's
last season.
no Bruins like Homer. Like Olmark is literally like running away with the Vezina currently.
You guys,
It's
like,
so early. No, I'm saying it's so early. Like I'm not saying he's going to win it. I'm just saying like where we are currently right now, there is not even a comparable goaltender.
Just like we're talking
Right.
about Jason Tatum in
look at-
basketball.
Yeah,
We're
but
talking
like,
about
like
Linus
look at
Ullmark.
these Bruins, like forwards like Bergeron, Krejci, the ages. They're gonna, it's a
They're still playing well, man. We're talking about this season.
28
right now.
games in. 28 games in. So what about games 60, 70? You get tired with this playoff run.
Well, Patrice Bergeron looked great in all those games last year.
I'm just saying.
I can't speak to Krejci because he was in fucking
Who knows?
Czechoslovakia or wherever the fuck.
Whatever, but
Bergeron looked great.
I don't know.
I watch it every. It's like the.
But I've never seen a Bruins goalie go 17-1 with like a 9.6 save percentage.
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable.
And I-
what
right,
he's doing.
and so that won't find its literally the law of averages, or literally my phrase. Water finds its level. It's gonna come
no,
back.
fuck water.
No.
When they hit that when they lose 4 or 5 out of 6 or whatever it is, are they gonna what's gonna happen?
The adversity comes in. That's why I lead my point back to the game against Arizona Coyotes, one of the worst teams in the NHL. Absolute dog shit. They lose on a late goal in regulation on what was that, Friday night?
Yep.
We're in Providence.
That should have been an icing call.
You know what? I think it was better for them to lose that because it
That's
kind of
fine.
like, okay, we're beatable. We're this is who we are right now.
Even though we outshot them 46-16,
Love
tough
that.
loss.
Love that.
Tough loss.
And then
Regardless, that was 23.
I once lost a bet on Finnish hockey, and the team outshot the other one, and the team that I bet outshot them like 60 to, I think it was 18. It was like 60 something to 18, and I lost. And I was like, shots don't matter. I
No,
literally,
thoughts and prayers, brother.
you do a lot of thinking about
Yeah,
when you lose things like that,
you
especially
gotta
it's like,
score. You gotta put it home.
because the Finns
Just
go at
staring at the
the
ceiling.
Finns go
like,
at 9
fuck.
a.m. Right before the Russians. I think they were at 11 or something, 11:30. And it just
Goddamn Finnish
it's just
hockey.
like
Leading goal scorer David Pastrnak, man. Every time he's on the one timer, I think he's gonna score every single time. He's absolutely unstoppable on the power play. I kept thinking, during the Brady era, everything when we were winning Super Bowls there, I was just like, hold on to this because you're not gonna see this ever again. And you see David Pastrnak coming up here, coming up on a contract in the offseason. Who knows what's going to happen with the Bruins and retirement stuff. I think this could be his last year in Boston.
Hopefully
so I hopefully not too, but someone's going to give him the checkbook. So I'm looking at David Pastrnak here is realize what you got right now and enjoy every moment that 88's on the ice.
That kid's so fucking awesome.
Yeah,
like
he's-
just the personality,
unbelievable.
everything. Like he's one of my favorite players.
He's
in
so
the league.
likable. I don't know how you could. I mean, if you're another team, fan of another team, I get it. But how do you not like that guy?
First thing he bought was Saku Japan when he gets $60 million contract. Unbelievable. They asked him like, "Why do you tape your stick like that?" He was like, "There's no fucking tape in like Czechoslovakia, or wherever the hell he's from." Like he was like, "No. Like that kid's amazing."
well,
And then he drops like 50 goals. It's incredible.
it's like okay, why is he not re-signed right now? Why is he not re-signed if he's that likable? Why is he if that's what he doesn't care?
Because you have a terrible ownership in the Boston Bruins and your GM's awful. And I think Pasternak's kind of looking here and being like, okay, all my buddies.
Move on. Yeah. What's
all
next? They're gonna be gone next year.
Yeah, exactly. That's.
But if he does like
Bringing back Krejci for this year was huge when it comes to
I
bringing back.
I have
Otto and
I have my percentage on David Pastrnak coming back at 2%. I think there's no way.
I mean
45.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would say David Pastrnak coming back is higher than Rafael Devers.
I think
Pick your poison there. Fuck that.
I think seeing them get Bergeron, get rid of the coach, I think they did a lot of work that will lead to Pastrnak. Like, I think he's much closer to coming back than he was at the end of last season.
Oh yeah, especially if they fuck around with a
Yeah,
cup.
like I think it like I would say at the end of last year, him resigning at the end of this year was even like
Agreed.
he was gone.
Agreed.
Like I think they have raised that bar that he
But
might
the
come
feel
back.
is so much like the last hurrah. Like this is the last hurrah.
But that's
isn't
for
it weird,
Bergeron.
like,
There's
championship
people in
though?
places for the next hurrah.
Yeah, you're right.
the
Olmark and
championship.
Swayman, we have 2 stud defenders locked up for like 7 years.
Marshawn's gonna be here.
Marshawn's still gonna
Alright,
be here.
that's a
They're
good
still
point.
they're like
good
like
point.
like the Bruins are not in line. Like this is the last for Bergeron and probably Krejci, but the Bruins are not in line to like suck after
Wait
this.
till Johnny Beecher? Johnny Beecher.
Yeah, like we're
He's
like
gonna
we're
be a good
not
player
like we
coming
might not
up.
be a cup contender, but we're not gonna be at the bottom of the league. Like we're not gonna get like the number 1 overall pick because we suck. Like
Yeah.
the Bruins are still gonna be a solid hockey team after this year.
I think this is what makes Brady that good is where like championships are almost like lightning in a bottle or luck, kind of getting hot at the right time. Where Brady made it not that way. Same way like Madison Bumgarner, like when he
Yes,
turned it on
yeah.
every other season for the San Francisco Giants. Like those are the only 2 players I can really be like, this is it.
If you were a Giants fan and Madison Bumgarner started like a game 7 and you had like 1% thought you were gonna lose, you were losing.
Like every other
Absolute
it was every
clown.
other season.
Yeah,
It
didn't fucking matter.
But Buster Posey, like they might, like them 2 must have just been like that. Like I don't know, but I've just never like.
I don't even know if I would have watched the game. I
how
just
did
would
the
have
right
coaxed
time.
back and waited for the parade. Got my
which
seat
makes
ready.
it wild. Yeah,
Oh, we got breaking news. Now we're moving on the baseball front
No.
as Carlos Rodon.
Rodon. Yeah,
Rodon
Fucking-
signed a 6-year contract with the Yankees.
6?
$162 million.
Now I
That's
just
a-
need
That's a lot of fucking
something
money.
terrible to happen to see money doesn't.
I was
fucking
literally
matter.
I was gonna open our baseball talk with saying the Red Sox need Rodon.
Yeah, that
I
would
was
have been
literally-
sick, but now
that's
he's like a
funny.
Yankee.
I was literally like, the Red Sox rotation right now is Nick Pivetta, Chris Sale,
Stud.
who's
And
fucking Brian Bello. Whatever.
they're so good. They're gonna win it
They're-
all
that-
next year.
they're-
There's
Just
no
Walk
way
is
they
a
could
free
suck.
agent, and Evaldi's a free agent.
Yeah. Which is
Future
fine.
Yankees.
Like that's okay. This is my take. I haven't been able to really take on the Red Sox or whatever.
All right, start with one thing. I like it.
Bogart's leaving. I think fine, good. Get rid whatever. The only
San Diego.
yeah,
It's
just-
unbelievable.
it makes
you
it-
guys fucked up so bad.
I don't think he was gonna stay. I mean, you were way on. Fine, you have a lineup. You still have Hosmer, Verdugo, Devers for this season. Story, Kike.
You
know,
can convince me as this team is dog shit.
yeah, but then you sign this little Japanese fella.
Who we have no idea what's gonna happen.
Gonna
No.
be nasty. He's gonna be.
No, he's gonna be like
As-
15. He's
I
gonna,
am a giant.
he's gonna be like 270,
Tanaka-
15 home runs, 75 RBI.
Tanaka was incredible for me. I am extremely pro the Japanese guys. I like do not just be
I'm
like,
not
oh,
hate-
the Japanese guy. Like I think he's gonna be sick.
I just think he's like you. I think he's gonna be a guy like you're just gonna have like another Verdugo.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
similar
kinda-
numbers.
kinda like
Similar
similar-
is
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, but
No.
it's not the best thing either. It's
No,
not
it
like,
doesn't-
oh, that's
yeah.
our biggest signing of the
but-
offseason.
No, that mean your biggest thing is bad.
280 million for what? 11 years for Bogart?
Yeah.
Get-
for Bogarts, yeah.
That's so
Money
much.
in baseball,
Yeah.
grow up, dude. Who cares?
The San Diego Padres GM there. What's his name?
You are the Rays guy, so and I forget that sometimes.
So,
So you care about the money.
I think
get
it is
that.
a big loss, obviously.
100% because
The
you
Red
lose
Sox-
Devers with it. But I think deep down they knew that they weren't going to keep him.
Also DFA Jeter Downs, Mookie Betts, worst
Worst
trade
trade
in
ever.
the history of sports.
Speaking of Alex Verdugo, that was
Sports.
the best thing we had.
Sports.
Well, what's funny is they originally were going to get Bruce Dark Graterol, and that got like
That guy
Dude,
ended up being a beast.
the trade that got Jeter Downs to the Dodgers was fucked up too. Like he was involved. It was like Puig. It was like Matt Kemp. Like it was like they
wasn't it
traded
the
big
Di-
shit
yeah,
for
he
him
was
too.
he was the diamond.
Dude,
Was
the
it the
name
Diamondbacks?
Jeter Downs, you gotta live
No,
up.
yeah, like he was traded for like unbelievable. Like he
Either
was
way,
traded for like like
That
MVP
the Red Sox
level people.
have a lineup. They have like Tommy Pham, they have Hosmer. Like that lineup's not that bad.
Did they re-sign Tommy Pham?
I bel-
Or was that under contract?
he might- whatever it.
My take on Bogaerts is you had all this time to give him what he wanted,
But you-
and
no,
you
you-
couldn't do it. Yes, you did. You had over a couple years, Matt, to do it,
But
but
it
you
was-
didn't do it. It was.
Xander Bogaerts has hurt me a lot in my life, and I'm very happy. To
It's
I
not
see
think
about
that.
he's-
getting outbid.
Very happy
It's not
to
about
see
getting outbid right now. It's what you could have done in the years past. to
Fine,
get
but,
done.
but are you paying for past years? Like he was a good Red Sox, yeah, and but I think like I don't think Rafael Devers was. I don't think either of them are gonna stay.
I don't think they are either, and that's why I think it's like the Red Sox are fucked. Because like if one of them had to stay, if that's the situation it
It's
was,
Devers
you
all day.
save Devers all day.
day.
You
Oh,
definitely keep Devers all
100%.
day.
But I don't think you're gonna.
But I don't think it is either. I don't think
you
it is.
trade it, and they're gonna.
I think
The thing is,
I
they're
think
not
they've
gonna.
lost
They're
both
not.
of them.
And this is gonna sound so homerish, but they're not gonna give Bloom his time to build. And maybe he doesn't even deserve it because he has a Red
He
Sox
doesn't
payroll.
deserve it. Yeah.
Um,
he
No,
doesn't
you know
deserve
what
it.
though? I've been coming around. Not that it's like complete. Like, I don't think it should be 100% Chaim Bloom's fault. I think you look in the office with Henry.
Oh.
I think I think Henry's making all these shots. Saying
I
we're
think so.
not giving this guy money. We're not giving that guy money. Why do you think Mookie Betts went to the Dodgers? Why do you think fucking Xander Bogaerts out in the Padres right now? Because they're not willing to give.
To
these
go
guys
mean,
on
money.
that,
that-
take,
that-
to go on that take, I think it is Bloom's fault due to the fact that Bloom's just doing what he knows how to do. Like that's what he's doing. And it's Henry's fault for not being like, buddy, like
Go-
you can do
not pressuring him to go
Yeah, like,
to
you
go
should
sign
be
Carlos
like-
Correa right
like
now.
like with Judge
Which I
right
don't think
there.
is a good
Cashman
signing.
did his thing. Like the Judge thing happened because Hal Steinbrenner himself called Judge and was like,
You
dude, we'll
can't-
give you the extra fucking year, fucking $40 million. I don't give
They
a
don't.
shit.
They don't
Like, you're
have.
coming
They don't
back
have.
here.
They have Marcel Meyer sitting there. You don't want Bogarts being 11 years. Trevor Story's now got a lot of pressure on him to hit the ball.
But for the fact that they say we're trying to compete in 2023 is an
It's a
absolute
joke.
That's a
That's
joke.
They
joke.
don't have. They have not made a pitching
If-
move. Like they
If
have
you're
not.
waiting, if you're like the Rays or someone, and you're waiting for just Marcelo Meyer to come up. That's one thing, but this is the Boston Red Sox where you shouldn't be rebuilding. You
We
should
ain't
be,
waiting for
you
no
should-
one
You
to
should be
come up.
reloading. You should be reloading.
No, there's no rebuilding years.
And-
That's the
and-
same shit.
and
That's the same shit. I
Another
go
thing
through.
I
There's no
want to point
rebuilding.
out is I'm very happy for Xander Bogaerts. Signed a huge deal. San Diego's probably my second favorite team.
I hate when you're like, I'm so happy for this guy. Like it's like, what are you guys like, best friends? Like, fucking
San
shut up.
Diego.
Couldn't be more happy.
Shut
for
up.
him.
San Diego.
Like, oh, what you? Oh, I'm so happy for Xander Bogaerts. Cool.
Yeah,
like,
'cause he-
what is he gonna give you $10? Like,
No,
what
we've been-
fucking Jesus.
been
No,
re-
we got to go to a San Diego Padres game when
I've
San
literally
Diego
been rooting
signs, and
for
it's
him
gonna be
for the
sick.
last 8 years. I'm happy a guy I rooted for 8 years. Fucking, I'm sorry that your guys leave after 3 years because you have such a dump of a franchise.
Oh,
that everyone
I'm
cares
pissed he
about.
went there because San Diego's beautiful, and I wish he got stuck in like
We-
Minnesota
I mean,
or something.
we've
I fucking
probably
hate that guy.
Given more money to a player than you guys have. I mean,
I mean,
Wander,
that's
baby.
not saying anything.
we didn't
but-
have Wander last year.
Yankees guy.
We didn't have Glasnow last year.
Get the fuck
We didn't
outta
have
here.
Glasnow last year. We have Glasnow, McClanahan, Rasmussen. We have fucking
Do you
pitchers
believe like
coming out of our
50% of
a-hole.
the shit that comes out of your mouth?
Yeah.
You
75.
guys just have like 90 sidearm pitchers that are all nasty, and I
Nasty.
fucking hate it.
I mean, we have
And they
two.
all get
Play
paid-
the
they all
Rays
get paid
suck.
dog
Yeah,
shit.
they're getting paid like a little more than I am. They fucking.
They're
I
all
hate
gonna go to the Padres. They're all gonna go to the Padres.
I mean, we don't even need to make a move. You know who I want is I want JD. I think he'd be a perfect Ray. Just sit in DH and just
Fuck
hit
that.
when they want.
Fuck that.
You know what I mean?
I'd rather have JD go to the Yankees than the fucking Rays.
Because like we
You
lost.
know what move really pissed me off? The Blue Jays got Kevin Kiermaier. That motherfucker didn't even leave the AL
Yeah.
East. Are you
Well,
kidding me?
I didn't even hear that.
Oh
no.
yeah, I mean
He
the
went
Rays.
to the Blue Jays.
the
He
Rays-
left the Rays. I was jumping for joy. I was like, that guy is gone.
Well,
Thank God.
our
He
center
went
fielder
to
is
the Blue
the
Jays.
new best center fielder in the league.
God, I hate that guy, man.
I mean, the Rays. The
You
Rays.
can't just leave the division, dude. Come on.
Yeah, the Blue Jays have made a couple solid moves as well. In Texas, I mean,
Yeah. it's-
fucking Texas, Jesus
DeGrom.
Christ.
Oh.
And I mean, they've always been able to hit. The Mets, whatever. I mean, Houston lost Verlander.
That division.
Unbelievable.
That
Thank
division
Christ for
besides
that.
the Astros sucks too. AL West.
No, but the Seattle's fucking extremely good now.
Seattle's young and on
Texas
the
is
rise.
really good.
Texas.
No, but it's what I'm saying. Texas is going to get better.
That holds
Texas needs to work.
Did
Like,
Diego still have
Seattle should
Trout
be
and
sick this year.
Ohtani? The fact that Ohtani and Trout have like done jack shit is just like
They
what
have
the
them.
fuck?
They have the McDavid and Draisaitl of baseball and literally suck.
Like
It's unbelievable.
Oh, the Angels, yeah.
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
You got to have 1 through 9, man. You got to play defense. You got to pitch. You got to do it all, man.
But they had Anthony Rendon. They had like
One of the great fall offs of all time. If on Ralph,
He was
Won a
an
World
injury.
Series, got paid, said fuck this.
might have 6 more hits than me after
well,
that.
I
World
mean,
Series.
like the Nationals got to be like fucking so mad. Like
And now you go back to the Mets now. You got Scherzer and Verlander.
and
Pat-
it's not
Pack and
DeGrom and
Fuel.
Scherzer.
Late
and they got that like who's supposedly filthy Asian guy, the pitcher.
Yeah,
the
they did,
Japanese
they
guy.
did.
That kid's supposed to be filthy.
Well, they got they got Quintana, right? Is it?
Yeah, they got Quintana as well.
Probably
They lost
Cody Sentai or whatever his
no,
name is. I
no,
forget
no,
what it
no,
is.
no.
That's the hitter. That's the hitter.
Oh fuck, where'd he sign? I think he signed with the Blue Jays. He
Gross.
had a solid year last year. Fuck, what's his name?
So who finishes in last? The Rays or the Sox?
Oh, sucks.
The Rays are.
I think I'm going with Rays.
The Rays get Glasnow back with McClanahan with Rasmussen.
Shout out the Orioles. They paid a guy like $8 million today, and it moved them from like 29th lowest payroll to 28th.
That's huge.
Shout out. That's probably the highest they've been in like a decade.
Rays still sitting flat at 30. Maybe the
And
A's
they
are
have
30.
the
Yeah,
best
the
pitching
Royals
staff
and the
in
Pirates
baseball.
fucking bringing them down.
Yeah.
Rodon.
Maybe
I mean,
maybe you'll get a nice wild card.
Wait,
loss
so
again.
now you have Cole,
Sick.
Severino, fucking Rodon.
Fucking
His-
a team called the Guardians ran you out of the building
Cortez.
last year.
Nestor Cortez.
The White Sox.
Respect the
Who
name.
did they sign? They signed Clevenger, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So they're sick.
And what's his name? Speaking of the Astros, loaded back up. Got
Well,
Jose
Jose-
Abreu
yeah.
to play first base.
Yep.
The Astros.
DH, whatever.
The Astros are my mortal enemy.
They are up.
Like as much as I hate the Red Sox, like the Astros have like called. me
Yeah,
out
it's like
personally. I
that
hate
meme.
them.
Like me and Steele kind of have that Yankees Rays meme. We hate the Astros and the Red Sox. Like,
Yeah. Dude.
You lose Correa and Springer back-to-back years. Oh yeah, let's just win another World
Well, yeah,
Series.
Yeah, then sign a former MVP and fucking goddamn.
Yeah.
And,
Now they're gonna lose Verlander.
and Jeremy Pena comes out of nowhere just like a stud. Like,
Play UMaine.
yeah.
UMaine.
I mean,
He went to UMaine.
I didn't even know they played baseball up there.
He went like the ALCS like MVP went to UMaine.
UMaine.
That's disgusting.
but he could be very much like a Randy, like an Rosarena, where
No, he's not. He's on the
he's gonna be a
Astros.
stud.
That's the
He's
Rays.
gonna
I'm
be-
sorry. He's on the
Randy-
Astros.
Randy's good too.
He's
Randy's
probably
good.
going to win
Randy's been
MVP
good.
next year.
Randy's
He's been
good.
hurt. He's been hurt.
Wander, we didn't have Wander and Glasnow last year. Our two fucking best players.
Showtime.
Oh, no.
Showtime. Prime time.
Oh, he got the fucking.
Oh, I see the golden. I see the golden
The
cotton
milk
in there
is
too.
here. We're live here. Showtime Craig gets here.
Join in.
We were just about to wrap up, unless we want to talk a little bit about UFC 282. Showtime though, how's your
Yeah,
day,
let's see
man?
what
What do you
Craig
got? What do you
sees.
got?
My day's pretty good. Just getting out of work. UFC 282 is
nog.
doing pretty good. I think we got Strickland as the.
No, they just.
It was last weekend.
He's on to
That
this
was
week.
Patty,
He's
that
on
was
to this
Patty.
week. He's on to this week.
That's what I'm not caught up then.
Yep.
I'm honestly here just to announce that I finally got Anton cornered in the building right now.
I told you. I
Doing the
called
milk
you.
Challenge. I got
So-
whole milk.
So in case you missed it,
I said
he,
I wanted
he
skim.
put a gallon
The
of milk.
nog.
He put a gallon of milk and a couple other things on the Pats beating the Bills.
No,
couple
no,
weeks
no,
ago.
no.
You were an idiot. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I said
It was-
covering,
yeah,
covering,
cover.
covering.
And they did. Oh, whatever. They
It was
didn't cover
four-
either.
it
You
was
fucking
4
idiot.
Points. They lost by like 24.
Yeah.
Chug,
Fair.
chug,
Oh.
chug.
I,
That's
all
some
right.
chocolate milk.
Should we all drink? Should we all drink it all and then just pour it on them?
Yeah, just take a
Oh
sip.
yeah. So
I would
funny,
love a
so
sip of
funny.
Oh,
eggnog.
it's
Do you
hilarious.
guys like eggnog? Do you guys like
it's
eggnog?
okay.
I'm not a big fan.
I love
Uh,
eggnog.
yeah,
Love
but-
the
Big
stuff.
fan. I
Love
like
the
eggnog.
stuff.
The milk bed. See, thing is, we didn't release the episode in time to let people know. But I'm 0-4 in milk bets. 0-8. If I go 0-8, we're going tattoo of a milk carton.
What kind of milk carton would it be?
What-
Hood?
I
Would it
want
be?
your
I think it'd
fa-
be
I want your
Oakhurst.
face on it
Oakhurst.
and just say missing.
Lit missing.
Missing since 0-8.
Yeah, I mean, my milk's just become fucking a mortal enemy.
I got a proud 4-1 record.
Yeah, you take like favorites and shit. You just suck.
I don't take favorites at all.
And you had the worst milking of all
Dude,
time.
you had
respect.
this-
That's fine.
spread,
You
which
didn't.
is
You've never even
essentially
had a milk
even.
challenge.
Yeah, but he takes like fucking like
Zero
Kamaru
shit.
Usman versus like fucking some Joe Schmo.
No,
like-
that never happened.
yeah, it did.
That never happened.
Derek.
Roll the tape. Roll the tape, though.
Your milk challenge was bad, though. Anton does have the best milk challenge.
Well, no, if you got experience, you know where to pour it. I poured it for the first time.
You poured it on
Didn't
top
know
of
how
your
to do it.
fucking head.
I got a big head. I don't know where to put it.
No,
You do have a big head.
And what he said, there was one, and like I don't know about the rest of them. They were probably fair. Even better. I'll call you. There was one that was like Usman versus like a fucking piece of wood, and it was like, all right, dude, milk on that.
4-1,
Yeah,
4-1.
yeah. It was like, all right, dude. It's like you just picked Usman over like magic. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I should get a milk challenge going out there.
It's not fun.
We'll see.
It's not fun.
We'll see. No, it's a lot of fun.
Honestly, you showing up, I thought I was gonna
maybe
get out.
Maybe I'll try and go have an eight milk challenge year in 2023.
Is that a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I gotta have 8 games.
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
say
this
we
is
do 12,
the
just
milk
do 12.
challenge is I don't do it often. This is like a 3-year, 4 fucking.
You came
milk
back
bet.
for the first time in like months, a couple weeks ago, and then just made a milk challenge when no one like egged you on.
It just came to me.
All pun
That's all they
intended, yeah.
always do. I don't mean to like make a milk challenge. It's just
Are you gonna go to the pub after you
No.
get egged on?
No.
Why not?
How's it taste? How's that taste?
The nod.
Yeah, I love it.
I hope it's sour as a motherfucker.
I don't give a shit. Like
That's not-
there was so much milk coming out of my head. I didn't notice the eggnog last time, so I don't care.
No, it adds a good effect. It's a good coloration for the.
It's dark. This is my first night milk.
Night milk.
This is my first night milking.
Oh, good night.
I
Mel.
fucking love eggnog.
Yeah, that one's
so
great stuff.
fucking
Good
good, dude. Yeah,
good
no,
nutmeg
eggnog's
taste.
amazing.
Ultra
I
pasteurized.
said skim. I said skim.
Ultra.
The one thing I do like about it's a little thicker, so it won't freeze easy.
Yeah, you wanted skim milk, dude? We're trying to milk
Oh,
you
yeah,
with milk,
yeah,
not
yeah.
water.
We all finishing up? Is this our Christmas episode? We got
Nah,
one
next week. Next week.
next week.
Is it?
Yep.
I know what Naz has got up his sleeve for it.
Oh God.
Oh, I know. Oh, he's ice cold too.
Are they? Folks, want to thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 104. When exactly lights out the way we went it, all pun intended.
Dude,
Um,
Bobby Laing showed up. Just joining, but
Yep.
hi guy.
Thank you, Bobby Laing. Thank you, Hedge Better. Slide Edge Fitness and Performance. Craig Kelly, great guy out there. Law offices of Patrick J. Foley. Get the Seaport Social. Get
Seaport
there.
Social, we're open,
Hey.
boys.
Pat Foley also opening up his new office, getting closer.
Yep.
Shop posted.
We're actually, rumor has it, we have a studio spot in there. No,
Let's
no,
get
no,
ready.
no, no.
All
right,
Rumors
boys.
are true. Yeah, get over it.
For the milk.